Stand by.
Stand by! Oh, you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. Everyone caught that stand by. I love it. You should all stand by, because here we are, queuing up with the music no less, like we planned it. Here we are. Welcome back to the Crazy Crafter live stream, everyone. I am Colin Bressie. I am the Crazy Crafter, joined as always by my good friends, Michael Patterson from Nat One Videos. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you? I'm great. Thanks for matching my energy there. You were like, hello.
Hello.
You gotta receive. They give you a gift.
It's all right. We're in it now, Michael. It's a game of tennis. I smash it back to you. You smash it back to me. Anyway.
Yes, and.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream. And joined as always by our other awesome co-host, Zane Morgan from Zane Morgan Crafts. Hello to you, good sir. How are you doing?
Hey.
What a dick. And then I can't wait to see what he does right now. We're thrilled and joined to have one of the OG hosts in his house here. We've got the band back together today. I'm not backpacking in the woods. You guys can't gallivant with the stream. Daniel West, welcome back to the Crazy Crafter live stream.
Good morning, Colin.
Hey, look at that! All right.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you, my friend. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you to all of you out there joining us on the live stream today. We've got some wonderful folks out there from the Foam family hanging out today. The Tina Martin's in the house. Bon appetit, having some dinner first. She's well excited to have Daniel back. That's Carl from Carl Makes Stuff out there. Steve Famine, last week's guest on from the Crazy Crafter live stream. Steve, we hope you are well. I've been watching a ton of Steve's videos in preparation for this stream today and getting up for my big project, or my next big project that I'm working on. We'll talk more about that soon. We've got Slavko, the Mini Mason, is in the house. He heard the music and ran over. Excellent. We've got Game Master's Vault. Hola, nerds. Hola to you, fellow nerd. Game Master's Vault, where do you hail from? Have you been on the stream before? If you have, you've only been lurking in the chat. Shame on you for just lurking. No, it's not shame on you. We're excited to have you on the stream. Where are you from, Game Master? You have to tell us. Creating Mike is in the house. What's up, Creating Mike? Hope you're well. Creating Mike's just got a hobby load, and he's got a bunch of minis. He's probably painting minis today. That's my guess. Either that or smoking meats. If you've watched Creating Mike's latest video, you'll know what that means. Welcome to the stream, Mike. Cross from Campaign Terrain. Fresh in from walking the dog, and he's got his cup of tea. That sounds fantastic. Lo Gwyn is in the house. Hopefully, not just a cup of tea. Maybe it's a pint for Lo Gwyn. It's evening for all y'all lot across the seas. So maybe y'all are. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Beer o'clock somewhere. Whiskey o'clock somewhere. Sangria o'clock somewhere. Who knows? I hope you're having a lovely Saturday evening. Who else is out there? We've got all the one and only, your bestie, Zane Morgan. He's kind of all of our besties, really. Josh from the Pickle Jar. Pickle is out there. It's Pickle Josh! Pickle Josh is in the house.
There's my energy.
There's your energy.
Pickle!
Yeah, you got excited for Pickle. You'll get excited for Josh, but not me. I see.
That's not the first time I get excited for a pickle.
Oh, jokes. Jokes. I love it.
Here I am.
Here you are. There you are. We've got welcome to the stream, Josh. Lovely to have you hanging out, brother. Hope you're doing well this evening. We got Martin Jamatra Pulps Altier here. Welcome, right in time indeed. We got Inscale Dystopia. Rock on yourself there, Intel Dystopia. Loving all these folks. Chicken's Tabletop Crafting coming in hot as well. Thank you all for joining us today. We are thrilled to be hanging out with one of our favorite persons ever, and having Danny back on the stream. It is really quite lovely to have this. Definitely feels awesome having you on here, Danny. For those of you that don't know, Danny was and is a long-time co-host and the original producer of the stream and helping get this stream to the level that it is today. So it is always a joy to have you back on here. How the heck you been, buddy?
I left, and the production value seems to keep going up and up. So I may not have been that secret sauce.
Every day I wake up, I'm like, what can I do to make Danny proud? That's how I operate my daily life. Is like, how do I make this stream better? It's no joke, man. Like that is something that you
bracelet. It'll be like, what would Danny do?
What would Danny do? That's right. What would Danny do?
WWDD.
WWDD. It's true though, man. Like it's one of the things that we pushed. Like we the first, I'll never forget. You're like, audio is terrible. We need to fix audio, and I was like, you're right. Audio is terrible, and like slowly little things, but there. This channel, no channel grows by itself. By the way, no channel. And I know every single one of us on here, through the folks that we've connected with out there, all of you who have your own channels, and Zane and Michael both growing their channels. It takes a village and it takes an army. And the amazing folks that you see here on this stream today, Danny, Zane, and Michael, have all been instrumental, as well as all of you out there tuning in, viewing, participating in the chat, hanging out, coming on the stream. It's just been an amazing journey. So it's quite lovely to have you back, Danny. What have you been up to? What's new in your world, my friend?
I'm a public educator. I am a public educator in the United States of America. So there's been a lot of that. So prepping for the school year, and I teach technical theater. So we're getting shows off the ground. I did an entire unit yesterday on mixing virtual bands. So we were running multi-track audio into mixers and teaching kids how to EQ and put compression on the drums and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like it's good times. And actually, because the producer thing got brought up early on.
Yep.
Creating Mike in the chat just asked, how do you guys run 4 people on a single stream? Is one person running the stream with everyone's feed linked in? Very brief technical note, you are watching a Zoom meeting that is being tweaked and modified inside of OBS on Colin's side. So it is a pretty straightforward trick, but it seems to be the most stable way that we could find early on to get it to work. There are a couple other options out there, but they're either like pay to play or they were not stable enough when we started building the stream. So Zoom.
I'm a fan of paying to play.
Zoom,
No.
Zoom. Like Danny said, it is Zoom. The only feed that you're not seeing from the Zoom call is my camera. My camera. I'm still on Zoom with them, and they can still see me, but I'm feeding in from a capture card from my DSLR, and that's what I'm feeding in from. But window capturing your guests, Zoom is what we're doing. And there is that. Remember that time we tried OBS Ninja? And we were like, "This is awesome."
The one that I was talking about.
That we were like, "This is great." OBS Ninja. You can look it up. Creating Mike. There's some cool tutorials. It's supposed to be a free. Like if you don't have access to Zoom, we were like, "This is the answer to all our prayers." You just click this link, you log in, and you capture it. It was a nightmare. Now it's been months since we've tried that, and I'd wonder if any improvements had been made about that. So,
but currently this isn't broken. So.
Currently, this isn't broken, and it's pretty
Give it time.
legit. We have to. So we got another fantastic live streamer out there, Josh from the Pickle Jar. Josh, what do you typically use if you're capturing guests on your streams? You have to let us know in the chat there. I know Josh uses Streamlabs OBS to run his streams and speaks very highly of that. I've been doing it all with the OBS, just plain old OBS. One of these days, I have all the grand scheme plans of what to do and what I'd like to do. Y'all should see my Amazon YouTube wish list. It's full of very expensive. Yeah, it's full of very expensive things that I'm like, I wanna make this thing and take it to the next level.
All right, one day we're gonna get you the full like Black Magic designs, like ATEM Studio stuff.
The ATEM Mini Pro is on the list, bro.
Yeah.
Eliminate the capture cards, direct control of picture-in-picture and framing. It's the sweet streamer's dream.
That's the other thing that I've been teaching myself over the entirety of the pandemic is that I now have the Blackmagic Design 4K Studio Pro, like the full interface and like the 4K displays. I've got the cameras for the theater and all of that stuff. And so that's been the thing that I've been teaching myself.
Awesome.
You gotta have that growth mindset. You gotta get better and better, right?
I mean, that's the goal, right? That's the goal. It should be, or it is. It is over here on the Crazy Crafter. Anyway, I'm definitely digging the way things continue to progress and grow around here. Looking forward to it. big. I got an announcement for y'all. Because I have a release date for the videos. I just haven't made it yet and made it premiere because I'm not done editing the video. But the dungeon collab between Wylock, Eric's Hobby Workshop, Art Jeremiah, Jay's Tabletop, and myself. That's coming out this Thursday. This Thursday, y'all. I think we're doing it Thursday at noon. Is my understanding. So I should be back home from work in time to do a premiere for that. So stay tuned for that. Thursday's the big release date for this 5-part dungeon build. For those of you that don't know, about a month ago we met up on Wylock's Livestream and we had a community-led brainstorm session, which all of you showed up and participated in. That was awesome. And some really, really great ideas and suggestions were made to create a one-shot D&D module that people could play. And then based on all those ideas, everyone was assigned a specific part of the module to craft and write up as a one-page module for the actual DM's handbook there as they're running it. So it's coming together. I've seen a lot of the videos already, and lots of works in progress pictures. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So Thursday, definitely tune in. Check out all 5 videos. And you can download the module for free. Bill's been doing a really cool job assembling that module and putting it together, and it looks really good. And I can't wait for people to play it. I'm excited to play it. It looks like it's gonna be a ton of fun.
That's what we should play as our one shot.
Maybe. I thought about that too.
Say that, Zane.
I mean,
How meta.
I'm just gonna say this. Someone said they'd play if I ran it, so I would.
That's going to be either Eric or
Bill said he'd play. He said he'd play.
Bill?
He said he'd play. So I have no doubt that he'd be down. I'd have no doubt that he'd be down for it. So I'm something to play. It would be really cool. I know. I've always wanted to play with Danny too. Danny running the one shot would be a lot of fun too. But I think
I'm down to just play D&D.
Huh? I mean,
I'm down to just play some D&D.
Amen. Right? It'd be fun. We'll have to figure that out.
I'll run a game for you, but I as a reminder, I teach technical theater. As a DM, I have literally like 3 voices, so there will only be 3 characters.
I mean, I would love to have you play in it. That would be cool. That'd be 4 people. If you 3 and Bill played, that's 4 people. That's good. I mean, we have room for more. It depends on the one shot, and everything that's kind of being created, it might be, 5 might not be a bad idea, but 4 is doable. You'll have to let us know. Colin's tree thing build I love it. Carl, my tree thing build looks awesome. Thanks, Carl. My tree thing build. The Kenku tree hut fortification, please. It looks awesome.
Oh, we getting technical.
Yeah, we're getting technical. I've spent a lot of time working on it, so I want to make sure it's accurate. Michael, what are you working on there? That looks really cool.
I wasn't trying to take over by showing this. I'm just seeing if you could see the resin. I'm pouring some resin into windows right now. UV.
Let me see it again because I had it. I'm looking at the studio production view. Let me go to. Oh, I see it in there. That looks great.
Yeah.
Getting that UV resin, that window work. That looks great.
Yeah.
So I kind of glued some of the parchment paper behind, and then this is the first time I've ever used UV resin. So
Nice.
I've been asking Zane a lot of tips and tricks over the last week, and finally biting the bullet.
Are you saying that this awesome community is supportive and informative in the hobby?
Amongst other things.
Amongst other things. It's pretty cool. I'm so glad you're getting to experiment with new stuff. UV resin is also on my list as well to play with. I haven't messed around with it. If I could go back, I would like to make. Zane designed some cool little torches in Blender for the Kenku tree hut that I designed and built, and I did hot glue and string, and I was like, oh, I kind of wish I'd have tried something else, like maybe messing around with like a little bit UV resin on the torches. I didn't have the material, and I was building as fast as I could at the time, but I do have
fair.
those. I can go back and try it eventually, but that's where I wanted to use UV resin recently. I was like, oh, that'd have been cool to try it out. Like, it would have taken some time though to like layer it and then like freeze it. How fast does that harden, Zane?
Seconds.
Wow.
It's
I mean,
made.
it depends how thick you pour it.
Yeah.
But seconds.
Well, that's correct. I just done one. So the gap that I'm filling is about 1 centimeter deep, and the front solidifies like literally within 30 seconds. But then it's liquid behind it. So then I'm turning over and doing the light from the other side, like removing the seal that I made and then doing it from the other side. Oh shit! A lot of people are telling me comments here.
Yeah, I was just reading. Mike is asking, is it going to be stained glass or just a regular window in that one, Mike?
It's going to be regular. So I know Slavko likes to make it like kind of like a frosted glass effect. Yeah. And I was going to do that, but now I'm just going for just straight resin the whole way through, and I'm just using yellow light behind it.
Nice. That'll look cool.
Flicker light.
Frosted is good if you want to disperse the light.
Yep.
But
what's good?
I said the frosted glass is good if you want to disperse your light.
Yeah.
And make it look more even, but
let's see. Game Master's Vault. Putting us on the big screen to continue working on some modular scaffolding. Ooh.
I don't look good in HD, so.
That's not true. You 1000% look good in HD. You look good in any.
Good thing I'm using this camera.
Yeah.
Tell me more about modular scaffolding. It sounds like you need a computer to be designing it. Is that what the implication is?
Yep.
What's going on in there?
You're gonna have to tell us. And then Game Master Vault, if you're not familiar, there's a link and we can put it up there. We can put the link to the Discord up in the chat, but we would love for you, if you guys haven't done so, and if you have not started to share your work, the rest of the Foam family out there, head on over to the Share Your Work section of the Crazy Crafter Discord and show us what's on there. I know Josh has put up his finished rocker that he finished painting, his Eddie Vedder, as I'm calling him. That one is really cool. I'm excited to share that one with you. But I'm excited to see everyone's work out there. It's going to be cool. So, Game Master Vault, you'll have to, like Danny said, put it in the chat. Let us know more about that scaffolding. And put it up on the Discord if you want to share. We'd love to see it and check it out.
Can I make a comment?
Oh, please.
So, Chicken has very eagle-eyedly spotted that the building that I'm doing...
I saw that.
From Ziterdas. Yep, that's correct. So, I didn't make this building. I have got a little, what do you call it? They're sponsoring me to do a little project with some of their buildings at the minute. And one of the things I wanted was to have windows, but their buildings are solid the whole way through. So I drilled out all of the windows, and that's what I'm currently doing. So
nice.
But yeah, this is not my building. I wasn't trying to say that it was. I didn't even say anything.
No, you didn't. It's all good. We know you're not trying to take credit for that build. That's a cool
invasion of the body snatchers.
the sponsor, so Ziterdas, can we get a link to this company?
Yes, we can. I'll sort that out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So this is my latest project right here, y'all. I'm working on some Killteam Octarius. This is the first bit of Warhammer terrain and kit assembly that I've ever worked on before. So I've got 5 boxes of just terrain. I ain't touching the minis. I was told I didn't have to worry about the minis. Thank God, because 5 boxes I would have cried. Yeah. But this is cool. I'm building this for my local game shop, Odyssey Games here in Pasadena, California, and it's upcoming for a big old Orkstober tournament that they've got going on in October, aka Orkstober. So this is cool. I assembled my first little building. They have some scatter terrain here that's a lot of fun. So this is kind of the test piece, y'all. You guys are gonna get to see. You guys are gonna get to see a little bit of me kind of messing around. I just threw a matte black primer with a little bit of kind of army green, dusted it and highlighted it, and then I'm gonna go in right now with a little bit of airbrush and some washes and then continue painting this thing up and see how it looks. So this is the test portion of the test stream today. It's gonna be cool.
Crazy Crafter Test Kitchen.
Yeah, Crazy Craft Test Kitchen. Carl says it looks like it's gonna be fun to weather. I think so. Some good looking stuff going on. I agree, Logwin. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Zane and let's start with Zane and then Danny. I want to hear what both of y'all are working on today. So what are you guys doing? Zane, what are you working on?
So I am rehabbing one of my original builds. I think this was my second build ever, and I went through my hobby shelf with all my different projects, and I decided I don't want this anymore. So I'm fixing it up so that I can list it to sell on Etsy.
Nice.
Because I'm embarrassed of how it looks, so I want to make it look better.
You're embarrassed how it looks. You're so funny.
I can't release it out in the public.
Your name's on it. You can't. I get it.
Right.
Gotta
But
be
yeah, this is my old school way of doing things. This was just completely foam core, and I had etched all the stones in and the wood in at the same time. Now I'm adding some dimensionality and bricking it.
Love it. Love it.
I think it's so cool, man, that you now have a whole new set of skills to apply, and you can put it back into your older builds. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Upgrade.
Heck yeah.
Wow. I'm already figuring out that this scheme may be a little too light. Or not light. I think I went too dark with my base color. Although that's pretty cool. It takes a little bit more to get it to show up here, but it's really how does it show up here on the stream? You guys can see that section over there. Yes.
Have you told the story on the stream today why you're doing Warhammer Terrain right now?
I think so. We're doing the Warhammer Terrain for the upcoming tournament. I'm building it for. I've been inspired by Tina. Tina does all this awesome work for her local game store. So I was like, you know what? Well, last time I went in there with Ben, they were asking, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And I was like, absolutely. So I'm excited to work with Odyssey Games right now, and I think it'll be cool. Like I really would. There's a couple things that I want to do. I've never built the Warhammer Terrain before, so this is the first thing I built. It took me about 40 minutes to assemble this one, and by the time holding it, letting it set, I didn't use any accelerant. I'm using the Citadel glue. It's what they gave me. They gave me a bunch of materials, basically. They paid for all the materials, and I'm assembling it so everyone can have some dope terrain for this Orktober tournament there. And I want to go into the store, so eventually we'll do a Saturday stream where I'll be in store and I'll set up shop somewhere and I'll work on some of the terrain there, and at least maybe when it's all done I'll kind of go there and I'll set it up, and you can see that they have an awesome gaming setup and a bunch of game tables. Cool, so maybe we'll set it up, and maybe I'll play a little kill team with the manager or someone in there in the store. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, I'm helping create some stuff so people can play some fun games. That's what I'm doing. It'll be dope. Danny, what are you working on today?
Well, I'm working on a project that I'm going to be done with in just a second.
In true Danny fashion.
Literally, as the intro was going, I said oh, look at that model that I based out that literally just needs a wash to finish. And so while the stories and all the exposition of our stream was started, I was like, I'll mix up a quick wash. And now I'm throwing it on there, and then I'll figure out something else to do. I do have a ship in the background that I might start putting some detail in and cutting some stuff for. If anybody's played any of the Salt Marsh stuff from D&D, I have made the base of a hull for the Sea Ghost, which is sort of a ship that you could potentially steal early on, and my party did steal it as soon as they could.
As you knew they probably would.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't make it hard for them. We definitely wanted to get high seas hijinks, right? That was the point, right? So.
Yep.
So I've got a boat back there, and I'll probably pull that out in a second. And then I just had the Iron Golem. I don't know if he's going to light very well from a Reaper that I had based out a long time ago, and in various coppers and golds and what have you. Probably too bright. so hard to do this. Maybe if I switch cameras. He's upside down? There we go.
There he is. Oh, he looks great.
So, whenever I do metal stuff, and I started doing this when I was playing War Machine, when, like, I could find a game of War Machine locally, all the metallic joints and stuff, I like to make a blue and brown wash, taking a really browned out blue, because it gives this feel of sort of like oil. And so I'll wash things up with the blue brown, and yeah. So I just saw him. I was like, I've ignored you too long, my friend.
I've ignored you too long.
Decided to put some stuff on him.
Nice. A nice. I know. Game Master Vault's working. Your Discord. My Discord links are invalid. Dang it! I need to fix that for the stream. I'm sorry about that, Game Master Vault.
I know.
Links...
It refreshes the share link in Discord every week. So if you posted a link from a month ago, it's not going to work. Speak to. Oh God, I can't remember their name. There's a way of sorting it out in Discord. I'll help you with that. But I've just posted the link there for you, man.
Awesome. Thank you. There it is, Game Master Vault. Sorry about making it a trek and a challenge, but it'll be worth it because you get to join the Discord and see all the awesome work that everyone's doing, and we get to see your awesome work too. Besides Game Master Vault, what is everyone else out there working on? I know. Game Master Vault's he's working on that scaffolding, but what are you guys working on today? Is anyone else hobbying right now, or are you just enjoying watching us hobby?
Tina was steaming. I can't speak. Tina was steaming some terrain earlier, I think.
Steaming?
She has a convector or a toaster oven that has a steam function, and I was amazed by that.
She's steaming terrain? Absolutely.
I don't think she actually is.
No, she's steaming. She's steaming terrain. She's steaming it.
Genuinely a testament for your eye for detail, because it was the tiniest little knob up in the top corner of that thing. I looked at the picture 3 times. I was like, honestly, what is Zane talking about? And then found it. And I was like, oh man, this guy notices stuff.
I think it's by me, except the obvious.
I feel that's how it is with me. Nothing gets by me except the obvious. All right, so I'm using this airbrush. So I definitely am already learned. Like I feel like I went a little dark. Like it's taking a lot to bring up this this ink on here, but that's okay. Like the contrast between, there's not enough contrast, I think, between the green and this rust color that I'm putting on here. But that's all right. It's just the first layer, so there's going to be multiple layers of stuff that's on here. But once it's layered up there, I think it's looking pretty good. These little, check this out, guys. I showed it. I'm showing it for the stream, but I can show it for you guys too. See these these 2 little front panels on here? That's looking all right. It's coming.
So guys, I've got a little bit of relevant chat and community goss.
Ooh.
So this week, and it's relevant because they're in the chat, I believe. Chicken and Zane did a collaboration.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So like there was like Witch's Hut collaboration between Zane and Chicken, and it both turned out absolutely sick. So
yes.
I'll post a link once I've done with this pour.
Please.
But, to both videos, I highly recommend everyone checks those out. Zane, how did that happen? How did that come about, man?
This stream. Hold on, I'm far away.
Far away. I asked the question at a very inconvenient point.
So yeah, here it is. Here's my build.
Yeah, look at that.
So cool, man.
The cool thing about this is, depending on your lighting, it changes the look of it pretty much. But fun fact I didn't mention in the video, it has plug-in Christmas lights as the lights. So this is my first plug-in piece of terrain.
Oh, cool.
That's because I went to the dollar store and picked up some Halloween lights and realized that they were plug-in. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, so Chicken reached out to me from this live stream,
And he's like, yeah, we should do a collaborative effort. And I was like, cool. And he's like, do you want to do a build off? And I was like, yeah.
You're like, duh.
And here it is. So he came up with the parameters, and then he was like, you can't use 3D printing. And I was like, that's like kind of my whole thing. So I fought for at least using 3D printed doors and windows, because he had mentioned MDF cut windows and doors were okay, and I was like, well, that's kind of the same thing. So went with that, and yeah, he made a really awesome build. I love his details, and I really like how my build turned out too. So
well done.
Well, all right.
Well done.
Walk away and you're happy. That's great.
Well done, Chickens and Zane. They're definitely amazing builds, and you guys absolutely should check them out. I'm so glad you brought that up right now, Michael, because that was a great highlight point for me this week, getting to watch those two videos and see. It's always great to see what people come up with, right?
And I know Zane's video is up. I've watched that, right? And then
This is the link for Chicken's build there,
Awesome.
Danny.
yeah, get him in. Get him in. Woohoo.
heck yeah.
Yeah, baby. We'll get it up there.
Zane is incoming presently.
I'm not going to share my own link. I do that enough. No.
Yeah,
Share it. You can share it. Please.
Shameless self-promotion.
Come on now. We're really good at that here on the Crazy Crafter, or at least you got. I'm not. I need to get better at that shameless self-promotion. I tried. I started it off with talking about my collab. So that was.
If you're here and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that and share it with your friends.
Yeah. Be sure to smash that like button
Click
too.
it.
Click it. Click it. We go live.
Click it.
We go live as often as we can.
Smash that like button yet. Oh my.
Yeah.
Got it. Fixed. Solved the problem.
So here's a question for you, terrain makers out there that work with Warhammer all the time. And Danny, you can start us off on this. I've got the inside of this too, right? But most of the time on the tabletop, it's just down like this, and you're not seeing it. Do you spend the time to go interior and work on it, Danny, and everyone out there? Do you guys work on the interior portion of this? Or do you just focus on the exterior portion?
I would spend certainly less time on the underside of the platform,
right?
But the insides of the terrain are just as important. And frankly, at least those upper walls and floors and stuff, anything that you can see pretty clearly from standing on it and using it is important, because it's not a theater set, right? We don't have one side of the piece that matters. Really, it's got to be used from all angles, because you're sneaking your guys around it. You are taking active cover, especially like in Killteam. I would say as much as any of the other 40K games, being actively aware of your situation with cover is super important.
Okay.
So
spend a little time in there is what you're saying, Danny. Spend a little time in there.
I mean, those undersides I might not stress about. You know what I mean? Like I would put it on the table and look at it and then work around it, but if it's like if you can plainly see it by standing right in front of it, it's gotta look nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael, what were you saying?
I mean, I am so not up to scratch on Warhammer stuff at all. Like, it's one of those hobbies that, like, you gotta dive into almost 100%, it feels like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
So you've got Blood Bowl and all of these things. Is there a difference between, so like recently I've seen like the orcs, and I really like the style of the orc minis.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like the sort of like the big kind of jaws and the big teeth and all of that. Is that's not 40K, is it? That's Blood Bowl, is that right? Or am I missing something?
The answer is it's yes, both of those. So there are there is like full-blown 40K, right? and that is the super expensive one. And then Blood Bowl it has its own separate miniatures, but it's definitely designed to like pay homage to that, and it's got like it's like a sports game, but using the thing. But there are orcs in Blood Bowl, and there are 100% orcs in 40K. So I think one reason why Odyssey is really interested in picking up like Killteam and pushing that is that you're 100% right. If you want to get into like genuine 40K and you decide I'm going to start at 0 and go into 40K, you are getting a second mortgage on your house. You know what I mean? Like we're investing time and money and whatever to get into it.
Right.
But Killteam is designed to be like a gateway drug, right?
Yeah.
It's small units. It still plays like the tactical stuff. But you are using a lot fewer units. So you can buy a single like $40 box of like Space Marines or whatever it is. And I really need to up my game on learning about version 2 or Killteam 2.0 or whatever the hell it's getting called. Second edition, I guess, is just the Octarius release. Yeah. But it really is about taking the core tenets of the game and scaling it down so that people can say, like, oh, I would be interested in spending more money and getting the full-blown army. That being said, like, the standard game of 40K is 2,000 points. And in the time that I was playing, I really didn't enjoy games that were above 1,000 points. I liked smaller games. But I was maybe an exception to the rule. I see somebody else, Creating Mike, is talking about things like War Machine, which I wish I could get a game of War Machine, and Guild Ball, Lord of the Rings, and that's called a skirmish style game, a skirmish level game. Which is also what, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. I have the books right here. Frostgrave. There we go. Frostgrave is a skirmish style game. And so that's when you like have just smaller units and every single model really matters. And so Killteam is the skirmish version of 40K.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely think like that's thinking about like the kind of like the strategy of why Octarius and the Killteam is definitely there at Odyssey Games, that gateway, right? A gateway entry. I've heard everyone's been talking about Blood Bowl too, and I know Pickle loves Blood Bowl, and a bunch of the CWG loves. Not just everyone. Blood Bowl is very popular.
My introduction to Blood Bowl was Essex Boys with his arena. I was just like, ah!
Yeah, pretty amazing, right?
And I've never played Blood Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, I've never played it. It just wasn't a game that was being played by people that I knew. You know, that's one of the big problems with, not problems, it's a challenge, I guess, with this kind of game, is that if you're playing video games, especially video games that are on the internet, you can play with anyone.
Right.
If it's a tabletop game that requires certain people to have certain minis and what have you, they have to be within a drive of you, right? They have to be within a location of you. So if you don't have that meta built into the local area, it's just really tough.
Right.
So, my brother-in-law, his group of friends started playing 40K, and my sister was like, Danny, don't look into this. I know you've never heard of it. Don't do it. And of course I did. And then I was driving the hour and a half into Woodland Hills from where I was at every couple of weeks to go play a game. Pickle Jar, you're 100%. Frostgrave is superb. Frostgrave is wonderful. Everyone should play. If you want to get into tabletop wargaming, I think that Frostgrave is probably the best
Oh.
I wonder if you're biased because it's maybe the closest aesthetically to D&D.
D&D.
You ain't wrong.
Mm.
You ain't wrong. But the nice thing about Frostgrave specifically, especially if you are already a D&D player, is that Frostgrave does not stipulate what minis you need to use.
Okay.
They have a whole line of minis, and they're really nice minis. I have a couple of their gnolls sitting around here, and I've got some of their soldiers like primed out and stuff. I actually really like their minis, but they specifically say, you know, just use stuff. So, because you're buying the rule set, and then everything else is just kind of like you go for it, right? So, I don't think you're going to find like competitive play, which is I think what has kind of made 40K, I don't know, more. How do you even explain that? It's because there's like a competitive gaming scene, and with rules for what minis you have to have, that sort of perpetuates the system with Games Workshop. But you can just grab whatever D&D minis you have and say, that's my barbarian, that's my knight, that's my whatever, this is my wizard, that's its apprentice, and I'm gonna kill you, right? Yeah, so I think that the barrier for entry is a lot lower in Frostgrave. Whereas, like, if you're playing Killteam, the expectation is that you come to the board with a Games Workshop Killteam, right? I mean, like, the expectation is that you've spent at least the $45 to buy a single box so that you can get some Grey Knights or oh my gosh, it's been so long. The Death Jester folks, the Harlequins. You know, you've come with the box and you've built them up and all that stuff. Whereas Frostgrave really, almost like at the beginning of the book, sort of says, like, just stack some books up and, like, use pieces of paper to represent the stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, just play the game. Which
Yep.
I love.
Oh. Interesting.
I
He
mean,
just spoke a foreign language to me, so.
same here. To me, it is a bit like a foreign language. My interest in Warhammer is only being tickled recently because I'm getting to know some guys in the community who love it.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of going like, it looks kind of cool, you know. I personally,
Damn it, Josh.
well, yeah, Josh and Elston,
And Carl.
mostly
likes
Josh,
it too.
but like.
Pickle Jar is saying that he uses Discworld and Monty Python minis for his Frostgrave Warband. If that, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but that being said, I played 40K. I enjoy the game. I started in war games before I even played D&D and stuff. So it actually it's turned me into one of those awful, like, metagamey, like, optimize-y sort of D&D players, because I'm always looking for how I can use the rules interactions to make me the best. Because that's, like, the mindset of 40K a lot, you know, like, what are the rules? What do I have available to me? How do I be the best with that?
Yep.
So, you gotta turn that off sometimes in the D&D and be like, no, let's go.
My mindset in D&D is, let's just do something.
Yep.
Like,
Let's just
do
throw our handbags in the middle of the circle and dance.
I don't know, because I found myself just kind of being quiet a lot in D&D, at least when I was first learning. And then I started to get in the mindset, like, I need to actually do something. So my mindset is do something. Not let's kill everything.
I mean, I kind of like that component of it. It's fun to get in there and go hog wild. My airbrush is bubbling. Why is it bubbling?
I think there's air in it.
Happy to be alive. It's just
Maybe.
bubbling with.
There goes the camera in the sweltering heat of the desert. I knew that would happen.
Campaign screen, I'm sorry.
You like
30
Warhammer?
Min-Maxer.
Colin, did you just admit to being a murder hobo?
No.
Oh.
No. Nothing to see here. Move on. Nothing to
That's
see
what
here.
it sounded like.
Oh, the murder hobo. No. I do enjoy the combat component of tabletop role playing. I think I enjoy the D&D version of it though, Zane, because you can you get to flavor it a little bit more, you know. Where I feel like Warhammer, and this again, I don't mean to offend, but it's like I roll the dice and if I have line of sight, I hit, right? Like I don't know how much flavor, and it's only because I've never played. I don't know how much flavor you get to add to that, you know.
I mean, I guess that depends on who you're playing with, right? If you're doing like narrative league stuff, I suppose you can be as flashy as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're doing tournament stuff, it really is about game mechanics, at least in my experience. And I've only played in a few full-blown 40K tournaments. I really should look into the second edition. I've got a whole article up on second edition Killteam. It snuck up on me because I'm getting ready for the new school year. But I did enjoy Killteam quite a bit, and I did win a tournament at my local game store a few years back on edition 1. So,
Yeah. Quick question, maybe you don't know, but so it's by Games Workshop, right? And so they also have the Middle Earth strategy battle game.
Yep.
Is it the same, roughly, kind of rule set, or like?
I have to have somebody else talk to that because I've never played the Lord of the Rings one. So
right.
they do seem like I would be surprised if it didn't involve D6s. But
Middle Earth is definitely D6s all the way.
No, somebody else is gonna have probably in the chat would have to speak to that because I am speaking completely from a place
What? You know?
of rings. If Carl doesn't know, I would be shocked.
Speaking of Carl, earlier my question about painting the inside. Was talking about just paint it dark and dry brush it a little bit to make it look like it's in shadow. That's not a bad idea, but it wouldn't waste too much time on it. Piccola says no skipping out on painting the inside.
He also, and Carl just said no, the rule sets are significantly different, totally different. So.
There you go.
Different.
Carl has spoken.
I was just curious whether or not they'd gone, okay, so we've got a great set of rules for Warhammer. There's this whole community that loves Lord of the Rings, and should we just transfer and just make the game aesthetically that? But that's interesting. Like, because basically, when I eventually get to go and play with some people, that will be my inauguration into tabletop wargaming. Is I want to try SBG. That's what I want to try, obviously. I think I've enlisted Benji to come and teach me at some point.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
Benji, we'll see. I'll have to be very nice. Make sure he turns up.
That would be fun. Okay. I'm going to try.
Video on how to play Killteam. It's pretty simple, actually, and it's really enjoyable. All right, Mini Mason. So Winter Mini's got a video up. I'll check it out. I do genuinely enjoy Killteam. So hopefully the second edition is something that I can find time to play. The games are just frankly short enough that my schedule can allow for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new battery for my UV torch. It is weak.
You're using it too much.
Get a new toy.
New toy. Oh darn. Oh darn. Let's see. What else we got going on? So I'm learning as I'm doing I'm messing around with the airbrush. It is taking quite a bit of time to do this one piece here with just the airbrush on this. I'm wondering if like, kind of Carl suggested earlier, just like hitting it up and then dry brushing everything, certainly going to be probably a little bit quicker. Although, I am working with this particular airbrush. I feel is, it's a cheaper airbrush, so it might be easier if I had a different, more power.
I just saw a comment by Josh saying that he'll join me and Benji for a bit of Middle Earth SPG action.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, Josh. Nice one, man.
That'll be fun.
I thought Josh said not to play with him for your first experience.
I want to play with someone. Like, I just want to play with you.
Man.
And I think Josh and Benji would be a great place to start for 100% sure.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I think Benji's a bit of a connoisseur or like SPG is his thing. Like,
right.
He loves it.
Right. Yeah.
Right, I'll be back. I need to get a new battery for this torch.
Get a new battery.
Yeah, chat, quick. I don't read so good. You guys got a lot of stuff up there.
Yeah, you guys do. It's awesome.
New door. No, it's not a new door. It is, well, kind of new, because it came out. It's the same door that I had for the Witch's Hut build. So, this is what I'm going to use for this build. So it's new to this build.
New to that build.
But you can buy this on my Etsy. At $1.
Hey.
Selfless.
Love that.
Shameless self-promotion. That's the word.
Self-promotion, but Zane's Etsy store has some starting to expand that inventory there. If you've got access to a 3D printer, right? Now, do you print it out and send it to people too, or is it just selling the files, Zane?
No, currently it's just the files.
Just the files, right? Well,
but we have a friend that if you bought those files, you could go to them and get them printed.
That's true.
Look at that cross-pollination. Richard,
I mean, if I liked you enough, you could send me a message and we could work something out. But
Every day I'm getting closer and closer to, well, at some point getting a 3D printer.
Yes.
I mean, right now,
yes.
It's not like beforehand, like, to be honest, at the beginning, I kind of sort of
it.
Yeah, a little bit. And I was kind of like, that's not real crafting or whatever. But over time, my mind has been changed, and I don't believe that anymore. So I'm a convert, but I don't have a printer. And
Okay, Joe Levine, calm down.
well,
Which, funnily enough, he now has a
Yeah, he's
3D printer sponsor, and he has like 6 coming to him or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that latest he's been sponsored by is so cool, which is the
scanner, right?
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
That's sick.
That is so cool. So
Yeah,
I
had jokes about that.
I sent him a little message saying I would love to, like, because I've got my dwarven pillars, I'd love to get an STL of them so that I could like put the dwarven pillars STLs out there in some way. And he's just like, yeah, let's meet up, man, and I'll scan it for you. So
Ooh,
gonna
that's
get
a great
Well, because
idea.
I know he's looking for things to scan. He was looking
Yeah.
for suggestions, so.
well, I wasn't expecting him to get back and say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But he did. He was just like, yep, let's do it. Let's get
You know what else he should do? He should meet up with I mean, I would go big, and to go big first, I would meet up with can you meet up with curators from the Tower of London and scan some medieval weaponry, and then who wouldn't want King Henry's ceremonial sword, King Henry V's ceremonial sword as an STL printed up in their mini in their tabletop gaming. I mean, you might not be able to do that, but
I think
the backup is to hit up the theater companies, hit up a fight director, and see if you can scan some weaponry there.
I'd actually be shocked if some of those weapons haven't already been scanned.
Scanned? That's true.
I mean, I think so. I think that if they were going to do that, they would probably not do it with kind of relatively small content creators on YouTube and Instagram. I think they'd probably do it with like a big like company, like, because I mean, they're like, this is the first sort of like handheld scanning stuff, but they've been doing this sort of scanning stuff for years. Like,
Yeah, they have
Just-
commercially
Just say it,
available
Michael. Joe wouldn't be upset. You're talking about big time channels like the Crazy Crafter. It's okay. It's okay. You can say that.
that's I mean, you took the words out of my mouth.
What would
I
you
love
guys
Joe.
3D scan?
He's fun people.
He is good peeps. What would you guys scan out there? In the chat, what would you like to see 3D scanned and incorporated? What would be kind of a cool idea that you have to use that awesome scanner, and how would you incorporate it into your hobby? Let us know in the chat.
Have you ever heard of the plaster casters?
The plaster casters? No.
They
What's
were
the plaster casters?
they I'm just taking this off in a really bad direction now.
I'm going there with you, but go on.
Uh-oh.
No, back in the 70s and the 60s and 70s for rock and roll, there was a group of girls that went around casting the private parts of famous rock stars. And I have
heard of.
I was just wondering whether the plaster caster's next level is 3D printing. But, you know, Jimmy Blake's dead, doesn't matter.
So now that we're on the subject, no.
Oh my gosh.
No, one of the first things Joe was like, "Oh, what I'm getting this 3D scanner. What should I print?" And I was like, "Well, if you want to go inside with your naked calendar or whatever, there's something you could scan."
Oh no.
And then I think when he announced his when he announced that he had the scanner to do his promo on Instagram, he's like, "And no, I'm not scanning my willy," or something like that.
I'll tell you a true story, guys, and my wife is sitting in the corner, so this is testament to how true it is. Like 3 years ago, a friend of mine from jiu-jitsu and his wife invited us over for dinner one night.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We were eating, and there was a bowl on the table, and in the bottom of the bowl was a very convincing relief of a lady's private parts. Right. We were being served food from this bowl. And we then discovered that it was indeed his wife's, and he had scanned her.
Oh my god.
That takes Fruit of the Looms to a new.
Just, and that is, my wife is sitting around. Lucy, is that a true story? She doesn't want to talk.
She doesn't want to talk about it. I wouldn't want to talk about it either. I'd be traumatized.
I don't know how this changed the story. I am curious what was being served in this bowl. What goes well with wife stuff? You know what I mean? What do you pair with that?
I mean,
so many things to say there. So many things.
It's a dangerous question.
It is a dangerous question.
Well, I mean, this is what people are going to do. You know,
I'm glad it wasn't a blood bowl.
Oh. There it is.
Anyway,
I'll leave now.
There it is.
apologize for taking this in a very.
Bum.
I'm excited. So if you love this content, subscribe for more.
Check the not made for kids mark on the stream.
Yeah, it's not. It's there. It's
good.
It's definitely already checked.
This is why I got flagged for making hedges.
Yeah. Carl from Carl Makes Stuff says a 3D scan of people's. I'd 3D scan people's faces and use them on the D&D minis. Oh, that's cool. That'd be a cool thing. A cool idea.
I've scanned my face with my iPhone before.
Yep. Pickle Jar saying he's got an STL of his face coming soon. Oh, I'm painting that. Give me that file. I'll paint that up. Well, I'm gonna have fun with that. Yeah. Scanning organic objects makes more sense. So that's cool. Scanning organic objects. Gotta go grab some lunch. Take care, folks. Take care, Mike. Thanks for tuning in.
Mike.
Famous death mask. Ooh, that'd be a cool Halloween project.
The organic objects is 100% the way to go, just because like the architectural things are pretty straightforward generally, right? Like we can model hard-bodied things like doors and windows and architectural things just pretty easily. They're a combination of geometric shapes. It's all that organic
That's
stuff.
literally my Blender stuff. So
Yeah.
that's why you don't see me making minis or anything.
Because that's hard.
That's hard.
That's
It is
next
hard.
level. Hard.
That takes skill.
Not to say that yours doesn't take skill. It absolutely,
It's fine.
but it is next level. Pickle Jar has put his second comment in, saying, "Colin, when is the one shot happening? Colin, D&D, when we play it, one shot live. This is the second time he's put a comment in.
The Crazy Crafter convention.
You're so popular. People want to play with you, Colin.
I mean, it's
Phrasing.
Yeah. I'm down. I'd love to figure out time to do the one shot. I think it'd be an absolute blast.
So on that note, you know the way we basically planned out a whole bunch of characters with Zane, Tina, Slavko, yourself, Colin, and whatnot. We're pretty much ready to go with a one shot.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I have had a crisis of confidence. I'm not a good DM. Basically, like with my well, the thing is, it would be different if we were playing in my living room. I'd be happy to DM, right?
Right.
But if we're putting it as a live stream, I'm basically going to get ripped to shreds. Okay.
Oh no, you're not.
No, but Lucy is up for doing it. My wife.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Flipping awesome DM. Like storytelling, you name it, voices, the lot. So if we're gonna do it, I know we were gonna do one on my channel. I'm happy to do one over here on your channel, but I mean we have a DM anyway. If you're up for it,
I'm down. I'd love. It would be an absolute honor to play under Lucy. That'd be great. Like having her DM would be great. You've always spoke so highly of you know how fun you have, how much fun you have when she DMs. So I'm down.
Sounds good. And I know that Tina's actually played a game.
She has now.
With a character that Lucy built with Tina.
Oh,
so
nice.
Tina was kind of trying to figure out how to build the characters, and Lucy was just like, "Yep, cool." And so Lucy and Tina spent an evening building characters together.
That's
And
awesome.
Tina has now played with that character. So Tina is no longer a beginner.
Tina's no longer a beginner.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be a ton of fun.
Tina, good news, you're not a virgin anymore.
Oh my goodness. Today's stream brought to you by The Gutter.
Inappropriate. The Gutter.
Oh my goodness. Alright, well, this is pretty cool. Bring this up. I need, you know what I didn't bring up here? I didn't bring more stuff. I wonder if I can just hit. What does this look like if I just dry brush the inside with this like bone stuff? We'll see. I was coming along. I just threw a little yellow wash on there, on the front here, and kind of put a rust on the door. So I'm just that's pretty good. I like the little yellow. What kind of wash was this? The Yinden yellow, little Yinden yellow to rust up some of these other rusty parts that I airbrushed earlier to highlight. They're looking good. I definitely think dry brushing this thing is going to be my friend. Dry brushing this thing with some...
Did you see Broadsword Gaming's video this week, Colin?
Yes, it's awesome. Like, it's all all about exactly what I'm trying to do. And then I looked at is it Zorp's video too that they collabed on? Like,
yeah, I think I mean his video is cool too, but I think Broadsword Gaming's video might be more relevant to what you're actually building.
It is, and the just how to paint it and how to go about it.
Exactly,
Sure.
because I mean, his look great. He was using pigments at the end as well,
Yeah.
like dust pigments.
Yeah, the dust pigments. I was gonna say the grout, like sprinkling some grout on here, and like even doing that early on in the building stage when I'm map priming it, so it picks up dry brushing and like recesses in the washes later. Like I 100% think that's a good way to go.
I think you should take notes from Eric and do ramen noodle pigments.
Ramen noodle pigments, dude. I mean, there's so many different routes it can go. There's so many different
video
routes.
that he did was a bit of a joke. He was picking up on a YouTube trend where people were picking all sorts of things with ramen noodles.
I have this whole thing. I have like a bunch of paints outside the garage, guys. I'll be right back. I want to go get this stuff because they also gave me, the store gave me those little dry brushes for from Warhammer and stuff, and I've never used it, and I want to use that for dry brushing. BRB. Oh, everything's fine. All fine.
As long as the proxon didn't hit the floor.
The thing about playing a one-shot of D&D is I think that we know quite a few people in this community now that are going to want to get involved, that we're going to have to do more than one. It's probably going to end up becoming some sort of a regular thing.
I would assume so.
I mean, like, I know that you want to get in on it, Danny.
I have expressed that interest, yes. This is true.
I mean, it's got to start somewhere. I think it'd be really fun. Be super cool. Looks like Josh wants to get in on the game now. So we're never going to be short of players.
I think that perhaps some variation of this Wylock collab would be a great way for this stream to sort of do something like that, maybe, where you know, crafting specifically to lead up to a one shot of some kind might be fun, right?
Yep. Yep.
Read.
What are you guys talking about?
I'm just
Nothing.
causing you problems, Colin. I'm planning out the next several months of the stream for you.
Oh. Cool. See? This is why.
Thanks, buddy.
And that was the last time Danny came on the stream.
It's been fun, everybody.
Ooh.
Makeup brushes for dry brushing. Yeah, dollar store makeup brushes are amazing.
You like those? So this is what I'm using right now. They gave me this.
I bought a brand new one and I totally forgot about it.
Check these out. They gave me this one. And this one, like couple of dry brushes. Yeah. Kind of neat.
Dude, look at this poopy fella.
Ooh, look at that. See, I like that. I've never tried the makeup brushes. I gotta try them out. Isn't that wild? For as long as I've been crafting, never tried those.
See what
What
I get at the dollar store for dry brushes are these really heavy bristled brushes. Heavy bristled brushes.
Oh.
In the craft section, they come in like a set of 3 or 4 for $1. And
Just the stiffer ones?
yeah, and that's what I use for my dry brushing.
But this one, before you use it, just feels so nice.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
11:10. We're doing great. We're plotting along. We're crafting and having fun with y'all. In a little bit here, we'll head over to the Crazy Crafter Discord and we'll check out your progress and all your works that you guys are doing. So be sure to post in the share your work section. We'll head on over there in just a wee bit.
Ooh, I just whipped my face with a
Whip your face.
I'm going to drop the
glue
link.
stick.
Yeah, drop the link like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Sound clip.
They're all SoundCloud. At this stage, I can't even think about it, otherwise I won't speak. I've decided to not live in fear with it and just embrace everything. Embrace the fear.
Embrace the sound clip.
Embrace the sound clip fear, because it's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Maybe I should use the bigger one, because it's bigger terrain.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about today?
What?
Tentacles. So.
Is that a normal segue? Is that what we should be?
Recently, yes.
It is now, apparently. Jeez. Are you really about to talk about tentacles?
Danny, what is your stance on tentacles?
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like I'm being led into a trap.
There is no trap. Are you pro tentacle or anti tentacle?
Oh no! It's a trap.
If we are building a kraken, then I am certainly pro tentacle.
Or the Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Or a dungeon, right?
Yeah. What
What's in the water?
What if the dungeon was inside of a kraken?
Oh my god!
Is it Avard Black Tentacles?
Oh, are you talking about? That's a spell you can cast, isn't it?
Bye, Slavko.
Slavko, peace out, brother. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
He did say that he was going to leave early today. Whenever he left that comment in our Facebook group,
Yeah.
I thought he was saying, I'm going to leave early. I'm going to leave work early for the stream. And I was super excited that, but it's the exact opposite. He's leaving us early for work.
I mean, we understand. We understand.
I couldn't live in a world where I didn't know. I looked it up on my D&D spells app. Evards, E-V-A-R-D. I don't know. I've never heard anybody else pronounce it. Evard's Black Tentacles, a 4th level conjuration spell. So you could, a 20-foot square, make some cool black tentacles in a 20-foot square. That would be cool.
That would be
My new favorite spell.
Jeebus, Zane Morgan.
Oh, so, I mean, I don't know if Sonder is in the chat, but Sonder sent me
Tentacle?
Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Do you guys play Magic the Gathering?
I've never played.
I have played, yeah. Imagine that.
They are bringing out a full-on Lord of the Rings game.
Oh, I saw
Really?
that. I saw that.
That's coming out very, very, very soon. So, I've never played Magic the Gathering, but I will be getting that 100%.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So I'm done with Windows. I'm going to switch back to finishing off the tree that I started with Zane and Danny when we were cheating on Colin.
What?
In your own home. In your own home.
I mean,
Insult.
that's all right.
What I mean is when Colin wasn't here.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're referring to.
I
That was a
There,
great
you give
stream.
away our infidelity.
I feel like Magic the Gathering, if you're on the inside of that, is very much like 40K in that it very intentionally has a shifting meta. So if you want to stay competitive and you want to do the competitive stuff, you're just sort of constantly buying to make sure that you have the things that work right now. And I did not know that or understand it when I first started playing. And I started playing Magic during the poor time in my life. And then I was like, oh no, you can't do that and try to be a competitive player in this game. So, but yeah, basic cores of Magic haven't really changed that much since the beginning. You know, get your resources out, play cards, take out life pools and all of that stuff. It's a great game. It's a great game.
I think my brother played it back in like 2005 or something like that.
I mean, was that in high school? Because there's no easier way
Yes.
to with the ladies than playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, my brother was known as the trench coat kid in high school, so
Oh.
I think that should give you your answer there.
So
And when I got
all
into
the-
school behind
all the-
him, everyone was like, "That's your brother?" I was like, "Yeah, that's him."
That's your brother.
I was cool. I was the cool kid. I peaked in high
Was
school.
still hard. I was gonna say you still are the cool kid.
I peaked. Magic the Gathering is great fun. Best thing to Magic is finding which color Magic suits you naturally.
It's true. So there are different colors of mana.
Mana,
And they each sort of have a different flair on how you play the game, and so you can play a mono deck where you've just picked I do this thing and I want to do it really well, or there are cool combinations where you play multicolored. It's a different
Yeah.
effect. It is a game where the strategy is deep. So if that's the kind of thing that you're into, also with, you know, we play games with dice, right? So we understand variance as being sort of a part of it, and that's, I mean, you've got a deck of cards, so it's a game with variance. You sometimes just don't get what you want.
Yep.
I think there's a song by the
You
Rolling Stones
can't
by that.
always
Yeah.
get what
They
you
sing
want.
about that. But if you try sometimes, you find.
Get what you need.
Thank you.
Wasn't it a Forrest Gump quote? Life is like Magic the Gathering. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think that it applies to Pokemon cards too.
Yeah. Well, made by the same company. Very similar rule set, actually.
Does anyone remember Crazy Bones?
What are they? Crazy Bones?
Crazy Bones or Pogs?
Pogs.
We used to play Pogs big time.
Pogs, bro. Gonna get my slammer out, bro.
Yep.
That's what I used to play.
Man, I cleaned up at Pogs, man.
Oh.
I was very popular in the 3rd grade or whatever when I had my Pogs out, and I had an official O.J. Simpson "Don't Squeeze the Juice."
Oh.
That's
Oh.
aged well.
Yeah. It
That's aged well.
At least we don't sound old, guys.
Yeah, we don't sound old at all.
We're hip and relevant. We're cool.
We're painting terrain on a stream.
I did a TikTok once.
I did a TikTok. Dude, did you see DM Scotty's on TikTok now?
Yep.
No.
DM Scotty's on TikTok.
I was his first comment. Just saying.
Oh, just saying.
Did you
Hashtag-
comment first?
Hashtag humble brag. Humble brag.
Look at that.
I didn't say. I just said welcome to this TikTok, Scotty.
You were the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
I've tried. I had one mildly successful TikTok.
What
You just don't. With TikTok, you don't have a clue what it is they want. I don't know. You
I don't know.
keep
Oh, I know what they want.
I don't even know how to YouTube or Instagram or any of these newfound fangle things.
Well, we got a friend up here today who knows how to TikTok. We got Campaign Terrain, right?
Does he TikTok?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he? I don't know.
Are you thinking of Cave of Crafting?
I am thinking of Cave of Crafting. I forget everybody's name. I suck.
Yeah, he
Damien.
is. Damien is the. He is the crafting dude on TikTok.
He is crafting TikTok. I haven't found a more popular crafting TikTok channel.
Yeah, it's him.
Definitely not
I've
mine.
never downloaded the TikTok app, so I would not have any insight on that.
I mean, it's
Amazing.
Yeah, it is. I'm being kind.
I've accepted that I've gotten to that point. I'm not. There's certain new, cool, young people things that I'm not going to do.
Are you saying TikTok's going to be one of those things that you're not going to do?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's because I do teach teenagers all the time, so I'm surrounded by people who are in the most exuberant part of their life, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do that anymore. I need to go to bed early.
Fair enough.
When I think of TikTok, I think of like this, like a fucking tequila dance from Pee Wee Herman.
It's such a weird app. I mean, like if you just scroll through TikTok casually, you will go through.
It takes hours of your life away.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like some awesome crafting videos, and then
we're looking at different TikToks.
Debating with each other about every subject under the sun, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it doesn't feel good. Get me off this app.
Yeah, I am fortunate enough to have a brother who understands the TikTok and does the TikTok.
The TikTok.
You know, the tickety talk. And
the Pokemon.
Yeah, you get it. And so I just have constant texts of good TikToks that he thinks that I will find funny. So that is my interaction with TikTok.
So you're actually on TikTok, Dan?
Funny.
You have an account.
I do?
Well, you must have an account if you're watching it, surely.
I don't think so. He just sends me a link and I open it up in my.
Dude.
I think
you've been sabotaged into creating a TikTok.
Maybe, yeah, maybe they tricked me. I don't know. China was gonna get my info anyway, so.
Also, Game Masters Vault coming in for the win, saying we're watching you on YouTube. We're very aware you don't know how it works. See, ding, ding, ding. Game Master Vault, you learn quickly. You win. Welcome.
If that was
welcome
a comment, it would get pinned.
Yes, it would definitely get pinned. It's truth. Hashtag truth. So funny. So funny and very true. Dude, there is a lot of detail on these little things. A month, huh? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get better at creating a streamlined process for this. This is the first one.
That's what piece number 1 needs to be. You gotta figure out your palette. You gotta figure out. I put down my base, and then I do this color on all of these pieces.
Yep. And
then you gotta get into batch mode. What you should probably do is build. You got 4 more that you need to build.
I've got 4 more of this one I need to build. Yep.
If I were you, I would be
doing them all at once.
Yeah.
So, I was just thinking that, Danny. I was like, I need to grab all of these and do them all. Like complete one building all at the same time. Yep. I mean, I could also go a step further and pick out the color scheme on all of the pieces, and then that same color just go through every single one. That's also what I could do as well.
I'm a big fan of batch painting. Yeah.
Carl's saying, remember these things are backdrop. Don't try to paint every little single detail. That's true. He says that way lies madness. You're not wrong. I can quickly see that.
Yeah, so I guess I overcomplicated things earlier when you were asking the question of like, should I do the underside and stuff? I guess the answer is yes, but doesn't have very much like Carl was saying, it doesn't have to be great. You know what I mean? Like,
I think just a highlight, you know? Oh shit, that's a lot. Oh, I totally fucked that up. Look at that, guys. Fucking did not dry brush. I'm talking and it's not dry brushed at all.
That was a wet brush.
That was a wet brush. We're gonna cover that with some wash, boys. We're gonna fix that with a little bit of liquid talent.
But I guess the bigger point is that it's a backdrop. It is a structural thing for the game that's being played. It is not necessarily the centerpiece. It's not this one piece of terrain is the important thing the party has been heading towards.
Yeah.
You know, and like at the sake of D&D, it's there will be 7 or 8 pieces of terrain up there as long as they look homogenous, as long as they look like they're in the same world, as long as they're not gray plastic. They're probably doing the job right.
The problem, Danny, is that I like all the detail too, which I guess isn't a problem. It's just,
it's a problem for yourself.
I mean, kind of, but I'm enjoying it. I like the little details of this. This harkens me back to working on models with my dad, and painting stuff with my mom on little dioramas. Like that's what this reminds me of. So I kind of
had different childhoods.
Are you doing the missions project? Did you do the missions project?
Yeah, I did do we came up in the California school system, Danny. We definitely did the missions project. Dude.
My experiences with my dad were him yelling at me and me crying doing math homework. So. Oh, you do it this way. Why is your school teaching you this? What kind of math is this?
No.
Why did they change math?
Why does your dad sound like Yoda?
Well, you
Common
never met
Core.
him.
That explains those Jedi powers.
That's true.
Yep.
He was Yoda that smelled like coffee and farts. That was my dad.
There you go.
Now you're presuming that the original Yoda didn't smell like coffee.
That's true. How bold of me to assume.
How bold.
I don't know, that little dude, he definitely looks like he smells at least of farts. So Carl, the missions project. So the coastline of California is covered up by Spanish missions. All of the main cities are named after a saint, right? Like Santa Cruz, San Diego, San Luis Obispo, etc. And so within a day's journey on foot, all the way up the coast, there's a different mission made by the Spanish missionaries. And so most 4th graders in the state of California learn about...
It was 4th grade. You're right. It was totally 4th grade.
My daughter's in 4th grade this year.
So, exciting. She's going to do it.
So they learn about the missions, and typically they have to make a diorama of a mission, usually the one that's closest to them. And so it's sort of like a rite of passage for most California kids to have built a mission.
A rite of passage.
That's like
a rite of passage.
They do it out of like sugar cubes. They cut it out of paper. They do a thing. And then,
as someone not from California, this is fascinating.
Yeah. And so when I did it, this is reflective on my childhood. Mine was made out of wood. I learned how to use the scroll saw that my dad had in his shop. So like I was working on the table, cutting out of wood, and I had to do it very close to in scale because my dad was bullying me. Had the scale ruler out and was having me like do measurements. So my dad, who did like aeronautics stuff for Boeing, was like, "No, we're doing this right." I was like, "Well, but what about sugar cubes?" No.
I just all of a sudden, Danny, got really excited for Ben to be in 4th grade.
It was a cool project.
It was a cool project. I always had fun with that. I built the Taj Mahal out of sugar cubes for another project later on in my school.
I built a pyramid.
Pyramid's cool. That's a good one to build.
I think it was an Aztec pyramid or something.
Dude, super cool. Michael, did you guys do they call it primary school? Is that what am I calling it right?
Yep.
Did you guys have any projects like that? Dude, you guys have castles and stuff to build. How cool would that have been?
Build a castle.
Build a castle.
So in secondary school, so we had primary school, we did art. It was all like hand paintings and finger paintings and all the usual stuff. But in secondary school, I took art as I think you guys call it a major, as a main subject.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my final piece, well, I had a set of final pieces. One was a set about Jimi Hendrix, designed a jacket and did some drawings and stuff. And then my other piece was a diorama. So that was my first diorama when I was like 18. And it was an Aztec build. It was in a box. So basically I wanted to build a world in a box. So it had a lid that you lifted up. And then inside there was like an Aztec pyramid. it is shit. Like it is so bad. Like the trees where I rolled like paper up, and then I cut down into the paper and then pulled out the leaves to be palm trees.
Yeah.
The front on the front of the box, I kind of like, you know, the mask in the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Yes.
So like, I had a relief on the front of the box for like that. The thing is that I remember it being so good, but then my mum dug it out. Like,
That's cool that you still have it.
oh no, it's gone now. Like this is,
He's like, I burned it.
we're talking 20 years ago, man. But it was bad. It was really bad. Now I often, like, I didn't even get a very good mark, and I often go like, I so wish I could go back in time and build that diorama again.
Yeah.
You should remake it.
With what I know now, because it would be sick.
You should make it and then send it to your teacher.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm resubmitting. Please tell me, give me a better mark.
Just like hashtag it gets better. Like.
Oh no. Oh no. Hashtag it gets better.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, thank you for that, Michael. That was
Sorry.
wonderful.
Is that what the teacher said when he submitted it? Well, thank you, Michael. This is lovely. Good
I
job.
did not get a good grade. So the way we did our grades was top grade is A, and then going down B, C, D.
Sure.
So my final grade in art at A level was a D. So
Ooh.
How the fuck do you get a D in art? I would have thought that and been like, art is subjective, and I did my best.
I think, well, this is the problem with the way they grade things. It's like there's that old saying, I think it was Einstein said, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll like live the rest of its life thinking that it's stupid. Like, it's how do you grade kids on art? Like, it's almost ingradable. Like, so part of the problem with the A-level stuff is that there's a lot of written work. You have to write essays. You have to write why you're doing things, what perspective you've got. All of this junk, basically, that I don't give a crap about.
Yeah.
And I just want to make the thing. You know.
Apparently not, Carl. Apparently not. He said art is subjective, but not in the British education system.
Yeah, well, I mean, so as a person who teaches something sort of akin to art, like I hear you, and
Yeah.
I feel sympathy. I think that ultimately sometimes it comes down to grading. Like they're making you do that writing specifically so that you have had to think beforehand.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a really sticky wicket. It really does become difficult to grade it, because then it's like, am I grading them based on whether or not I personally think they achieved that goal that they wrote about? Am I grading them solely on the technical skills that I've tried to teach in this class? Like, are they executing on working towards that thing that they said they were going to do, but what level of technical execution do they have? I don't like grading art. Like, I don't like doing it.
I think honestly, everyone who submitted something got a passing score. I think in my school it was just pass or fail. So if you didn't do the work, you failed. At least for art.
I mean,
But I think later on in high school, when you took it as an actual course, that's when they started being like, okay, this is a ABC grade.
I wish there's a definite, I think about this often in terms of grading and how we approach art and how so much of the grading system, I feel, is based on whether you succeed or fail. And there's a lot of emphasis put on the success and not enough on the failure. In the sense that the first thing you have to do is create the thing in the first place. and
Right.
the failure is a part of the process. That's a huge part of our process here, you know, on in the hobby, right? That's been a huge part of the successes for our channels, right? You have to fail in order to grow. And I think there's so much emphasis that's put on not failing. Like, you know, Ben already comes home, he's in kindergarten, and he's talking about, I didn't do this right, Dad. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, he's already concerned and worried about it. And that indoctrination of you have to get it right is something that I'm hoping I can get him to embrace the failure, because it's going to happen, and that's an important part of the process. So I'm
Slap that on a t-shirt. Embrace the fail.
Embrace the fail. It's true. Like you 100% need to embrace those elements, because they're learning points, or they can be anyway.
Right.
I absolutely embraced the failure and gave up.
Oh.
For a long period of time, I stopped drawing for years because of that, and you know, but here we are. So I'm full
It sure has.
I actually kind of like wish in some ways I'd never kind of gone into it as a subject, because even though I learned some cool techniques, ultimately you can learn those techniques anyway. And if I'd kind of just done it for, like, I would have kept on doing it. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have someone saying, no, this is wrong, like a lot of the best work comes from people who aren't listening to those words. They're just doing what they love. Like, they're just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great to be presented with a challenge or something that makes you push your boundaries and expand your art skill. I think that's the nice thing about doing something structured in like an art course or something. But, you know, there's definitely that release of just freeing yourself and making something just because you want to. That is really being an artist and just letting your emotions take over. And
This is very, very therapeutic right now, guys. You're sorting out 20-year problems in my psyche.
Oh, yeah. Because we're all certified to do that. We're all certifiable, that's for sure. Certifiable, you know what, though. This is cool. I love the fact, Dystopia saying that taught at university level art for 5 years. This has been a great debate. It is a great debate. You can have it anytime. I think it's a great one. I think this goes back to what Carl is saying, Crazy Crafter. I think this goes back to what you were saying last stream about people telling you stuff like dry brushing is lazy. Yeah, that's true, right? Like, it's again, and I think you bring up a good point too, Carl, and you mentioned it here earlier, right? The importance is, are you happy with it, right? The least important variable is not the aesthetical taste and the interpretation of that taste. The important component of it is how close is the goal that you had in mind for that particular project. Did you achieve that goal? Did you get close to it, right? Are you like being happy with your art? Wow, therein lies the trick, right? It's not really a trick. It's just a practice that artists, I think we can all embrace a little bit more. Is like, because so much of it is like, well, I'm creating it for someone else to enjoy, but you know, where's the focal point? Are you trying to make other people happy, or are you trying to fulfill your passion? Are you trying to make something that you're excited about and share that with everyone? Because I feel like those outcomes have variable differences, for sure.
So I think the last year and a half are a fantastic example of, if you put yourself in amongst peers who are kind of making stuff, and you've got a creative environment where everyone's encouraging each other at the stuff that you're good at, you're helping each other with the stuff that you're not so good at, then you're going to get better all of the time. But if you put yourself in a scenario where I have someone who is a professor that you're hoping or expecting to have all of the right answers for you, but they've only got one perspective to draw on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I think like to have a broader creative environment is good. I mean, I guess at things like school and university, you want to have that sort of relationship with your other students, like, and kind of, you know, but everyone does very different things, I guess.
So
Hi, Kitty.
I was working on my handrails on my ship, and then I looked up, and my tongue-in-cheek comment has spurred something in the chat. So I did say hashtag it gets better in sort of a tongue-in-cheek way, and it is genuinely a very serious thing. But I was saying it very much in the regards that the things that kids, especially the high school kids that I work with, have so little reference for how much more there is in their life because their world is so small in high school that that D can be devastating to a young artist.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was making that maybe a little bit flippantly, but that's because I do see a lot of kids get the wrong idea that maybe their life is over in high school when they've experienced the same small town their entire life, and they've experienced the same 30 people that they were in the same classes with over and over and over again, and they don't understand that they have an incredible amount of time to get better at stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I say that it gets better to my students all the time because many of them just don't understand that they are, 1 to 4 years away from never having to deal with what they're dealing with again.
Right. Be done with all that shit.
And I mean, I relate to that, especially being an LGBT kid.
Yep.
In high school and in a small town. I mean, you do feel very much isolated and just overwhelmed. And I think just being a hormonal young person in general is very heavy. And then
so
you really don't know until you graduate and get out of there that, oh, that was like just the tip of the iceberg. Like life does go on. And
if I came off as overly flippant, understand that I teach high school theater, right? So like those kids that need that most encouragement, they're running into my building to get away from those problems.
That's right.
So I hope I didn't offend anybody when I said that because it is an active part of my life.
I wish I had a Danny West as a teacher.
I would have bullied you. I'm a horrible.
You would have bullied me.
Horrible bully.
We had, it's important. No, freaking Danny. I'm just saying, like, I think, it's such a. I think it's.
You probably would have bullied me. I was the same then as I am now.
I love all of my students. It's actually supposedly they find it endearing, and then I just use that as my excuse to keep being mean. So
I was very much the student that was like, oh, I want the same level as the teacher. So like I would just be like, hey, Mrs. Blah blah blah. I'm like, how was your day today? Oh, are you doing anything fun after work today? Oh, well, I'm doing like I would just talk to them like I would to anybody else, and they'd be like, can you just like go back to your seat, please? Like, shut up.
That's interesting. They didn't like they didn't like it, huh?
No. No.
I'd have loved to have had a Zane Morgan in my class.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would have.
In middle school French class, I had no eyebrows in middle school, which I sent a picture to you and Mike.
Yeah, that's true. That. You did.
And I hated my French teacher, Madame Peel. What's up? And
if you're watching right now,
this is totally up your alley of things to watch. She would piss me off, so I would rub off my eyebrows and I would draw in angry eyebrows.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
committed.
And I would speak angry French to her.
Oh, what would you say? Can you give us a little taste? What would you say?
Well, I don't
Come
remember, but there was a lot of je n'aime pas, which is I don't like or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't remember French like that. But this was like, I think French 1.
Conversation, right, is a lot of people who study art, okay, so they want to go into something creative, like maybe they want to go into like animation, film, or maybe they want to be like a legit artist. But like in terms of the world of art, how many of these super successful artists are actually studied? I don't know if the answer to that question I'm actually asking. Like, are a lot of them, you know, people who have studied loads, or are they people who just created art and then had the right connections with the right people at the right time? You know?
Yeah.
Does anyone know the answer?
I absolutely cannot speak to that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's an interesting question. I don't know.
I mean, I went to art college, and I'm not doing that professionally, so.
Like for instance, building miniatures, right? I don't know about you guys, but I've often daydreamed about how cool it would be to build miniatures for movies, sets, and stuff like that there. But that's an industry that is, they've got so many people already. Like, it's so hard to get into it. Right. Like, you need to know this, it doesn't matter how many grades you've got or how many qualifications you've got. It matters about kind of who you know and how you get into the industry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of it, Michael, and it's all about, you do have to have that networking ability, but I also think a lot of it has to deal with the thing about artists, and the thing that I tell a lot of the students is, you know, when I look around and count on my hands how many students, how many folks that oh, fucking camera, sorry, I need to figure out a way to not overheat my camera. Anyway, all of that to say, the thing, artists tend to, like, those that start with it, I don't know if this is just pitch and hold to artists either, because a lot of folks start off going to school for something and end up doing something else. Like, they have a career path change. But I can only speak to it from, I think, the majority of people. So that's fair to say.
They don't work in the field that they got their degree in. That's actually like the thing. The majority of people don't do that.
Which is good, because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the number one thing you have to do at the end of the day is you have to put yourself in the spot to do the thing you want to do, right? And whether that's a YouTube channel, whether that is connecting and reaching out, sending random emails to, if I were into, you know what you should, like, if someone were to be like, I want to get into, like, movie and prop making, is it Adam Savage from, is it Adam Savage? I would be messaging him every day and saying, let me come work, can I come work in a workshop studio? Let me help you. You know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in the right spot to work with the right people and get a chance to do that work, it's going to happen. That's a big thing for, you know, a lot of folks that I know, and colleagues that work in the stunt industry. You start off there, you're you know, you're doing rigging, or you're serving as a spotter, holding the crash pad while the stunt is being happening, but you're on set and you're learning, and you're connecting with people, and you're learning the trade, right? That's such a big portion of the craft. I was so funny when I went backpacking, and you guys were cheating on me on the stream. The one of the guys that I went backpacking with is one of the owners of a major company that helps run Universal Studios, all their stunt shows, and trains all their performers and everything. And he told us this great story of, to get into the industry, just to put himself in the place to make a career in stunts, he had to figure out a way to make a lot of money really quick so he could take an entire year and just devote to the craft. So where's his porn? No. You know, it doesn't pay that well. Ask me again how I know that. That's another story. I was just gonna say, that's another story for another time, Foam family. Anyway, he hooked up with a literal gold digger and miner, and he went to Alaska for 5-6 months, and he mined gold in the Alaskan wilderness, and he made enough money to come back and pursue his career. That's how he pursued and followed his dream. He went and mined gold in the wilderness, was stalked by a bear. The bear ransacked their campsite. He told the greatest stories. That was amazing. Ken, if you ever watched the stream, those were the greatest stories around that campfire I've ever heard in my life.
Is he a ghost from the 1700s, 1800s?
No, this was all modern, bro. This was in the late 80s. It was crazy. So
1880s?
No, you heard me, you cheeky bastard. Anyway, it's cool. I love the fact that the formula's pretty simple. Like, when I say simple, it's definitely a harder path to walk, but just by, I don't know, doing the thing, actually setting the goal and then figuring out, what am I going to do? What's the game plan, right? It helps.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh, well, what I was going to say is the other thing about the degrees and the not doing it is that, again, my perspective as a high school teacher, the vast majority of high school students, because they're so incredibly ignorant, and that's fine, they're learning.
Right.
They go to school and they just don't know what jobs exist.
Right.
Yeah.
They just plain don't, they think they know what they want to do, but they don't have that much more of a developed sense of what they want to do than when they were a kid and they want to just be a fireman or the mailman or the whatever. You know what I mean?
I've been that. Don't be that.
I still don't know what I want to do.
And that's awesome too. I love that too.
But that's they go to school and they have this preconceived notion of what they want to do, and they're just in a place of ignorance and they just don't know. So they get a degree in a thing, and then somewhere along the line, they either just can't find work in that and find something else.
They're like, oh, I actually hate this.
Or genuinely, I mean, I have a friend who's a teacher who went in as a musical theater major and realized around year 3 of the musical theater major, this is not what I'm going to do. This is not me.
I mean, I have a best friend who's an English teacher, and she stopped it because she realized after, I think, 3 school changes that she just hates it.
Sure.
She was like, I love teaching English, but I don't love working for these schools. So.
I mean, my musical theater friend still loves musical theater, still performs in community stuff all the time, but and has her degree in musical theater, and then went off to be an elementary school teacher because that's what she realized she actually wanted to do, but wasn't going to restart a new degree in liberal arts, right? Just has that degree because you need the bachelor's as part of the elementary school teacher deal,
right.
You have to be 20 something and made a discovery about yourself. It's just a thing.
I think this is a good conversation because it's not discussed a lot.
Yeah. This is great.
Because I think there is such a heavy... I don't know. I feel like when I was in high school, my issue was there was so much of people saying, you need to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. And I'm like, I have no fucking idea what I want to do.
Right.
And so I was one of those who were... they didn't have college set up, so I they shunned me for it. I had to go to the guidance counselor and tell them why I hadn't applied for any colleges, and they made me feel bad about it. And I was like, looking back, I'm realizing it's because the school wanted to report that they had these many graduating.
Yes.
Why are you pushing your agenda on me and making me feel like a failure?
It's one of the hardest things that I battle in academia, Zane, that I constantly am where I sometimes I'm like, fuck this shit, and I'm so tired of it, is the focus isn't on the students, it's on the numbers, or it's on this, and it's the perception. I'm like, that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. It's about the fucking students, or it should be anyway.
Yeah.
I have the feels on that, if you can't tell.
No, you totally, and you're right. This is a weird stream.
I don't think it's a weird stream. I think it's a fucking amazing stream. And I was just thinking this too, I'm so fucking happy that all of you are here today. That includes Michael, Zane, and Danny, and as well as all of you out there that are tuning in for us today.
think-
It's awesome. I love it.
As an actual high school teacher, I have some weird insights. Like, I did not go straight into high school education. I had to support myself. Things didn't like I wanted to be a high school teacher all along, but it didn't work out the way I planned. So I had to do like real jobs and stuff. And one of the things that I've had as an observation, and especially at those schools where they're really pushing college and stuff, is that those teachers are working from a place of ignorance too, because they went to high school, they went to college, they did their 1 year for teaching credentials, and in California is what you have to do. Then they got a job at 25 or 24 or whatever in the classroom, and they have never in their entire life not been outside of academia.
Yeah.
Their entire life is academia. And so it is unthinkable for many of these people to not go to college because they never went to trade school.
Right.
They never did a job to support themselves that wasn't inside of the academic world. And so they just genuinely don't have an idea of how a life could be successful if it doesn't follow the same
path.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. I mean, I remember if you went to like the tech schools and stuff, which actually teach, physical jobs and stuff, and they give you training towards it, they talk down about that in my school. And it was very much of, you need to go to higher education and you need to get this degree to be a doctor. And that was like...
100%, man. I have the exact same thing. I look back now on my secondary education, and I go, I made the wrong choice by doing A levels. I should have gone to tech and just learned practical skills. Just gone and learned practical skills of the things that I want to do, because all of the higher education that I did a degree as well in music, and that didn't even. I've never used any of it. I've never used any of it. But if I'd learned skills early on.
Ask me how many times I've used calculus. And I think I took like 3 different courses on calculus, and I'm like, no.
And I think that in many ways it's changing. At least in the systems that I'm at, they've redesignated even like the funding model for schools to push more career and technical education. But there's just a lot of old guard mentality that's just going to take a little while to change. And
I think that we are not. I mean, I'm getting a sense that. I mean, you and Colin are both teachers.
Yeah.
And in education, but I mean, certainly with Zane, has got maybe a similar experience to myself in a frustration with the education system. But I don't think that we are unique in that at all. I'm just looking at some of the comments in the chat there and going like, hang on a minute. I reckon that like a lot of people kind of feel that way about education. And about
I'm in the education system and I'm frustrated with it. So it's noted.
I mean, what was I going to say?
Whatever it was going to be found is F.
Nope. It was going to be irrelevant.
It was going to be profound or addictive.
It was going to be about tentacles. It was going to be about tentacles.
When someone
gets a statement about tentacles,
we say it's probably a lie.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Are you ready to see this, boys? If you come back to it, Zane, bring it up. But you ready for this? I'm going to show you guys over here. Check this thing out.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm having a blast. I knew I would have a blast painting it up. It's why I agreed to it, because it's totally reminiscent of what I loved about hobbying and how I got into stuff. Like taking glue, building a model, and then painting it. I fucking love it. Am I ever going to play Killteam? I don't know. But I'm sure irrelevant. You're right. It is irrelevant because this is the shiznit. Hey, guess what? If you aren't subscribed to the Crazy Crafter live stream, we are 7 subs away from breaking 700. So if you're out there in the chat today and you're thinking about, they're like, I don't know, tentacles, and conversations about rethinking the way we train our students and how frustrated we are with education and embracing the individuality of creativity and the subjectivity of art and how we view it. Subscribe and come along with this journey, because we don't know. This is the joy about the stream. It's all these wonderful minds coming together, getting a chance to hobby, hang out, and share some tutorials. This week, not so much a tutorial, but perhaps maybe a tutorial in, I don't know, just embracing your own path and journey today. But if anything else, some great conversation, and I'd love to have you be a part of the conversation moving on forward, because we're not going anywhere, folks, and we're only getting bigger and badder. So
next week it might just all be dick jokes. You never know.
There you go. Danny has spoken. Danny has spoken. Dick jokes next week.
I mean, if I'm on the stream, guaranteed. So.
Guaranteed. Which you are now. So boom.
I am. So welcome.
Welcome to the crazy dick jokes.
Alan made mistakes, and here I am.
No, not at all. Not at all. I am so happy. Like, I know, Danny, I know your schedule is absolutely insane, but we absolutely need to get you on the stream for these sessions more often, because it's just, I absolutely, I love this. I will never not be willing to get together with the three of you and the rest of the foam family and just shoot the shit for however long we can. I'm actually, oh my god,
that would have been a good thumbnail. Us all shooting a pile of shit.
Hey, it's your fault. It's your thumbnail this week. You had your shot. I gave you the shot.
Damn it.
I'm so bad at keeping appointments and schedules. You have me eating cereal or something, because I couldn't even take a picture of myself doing a thumbs up. So the expectations were clear and simple, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great picture, Danny.
Speaking of, I do want to pop over to the Discord here. We've gotten just an absolute wonderful conversation happening, and we're having a grand old time. But I do want to take a look at the Discord before we end the stream. So let's head on over there real quick. And just real quick, I just want to show it off one more time, because I am absolutely digging how... Oh, fuck, I need to wash the beam. I'm going to wash the beam. The beam's too close.
Hey, language. No.
Oh, my God. Whatever, tentacle boy.
As I said, like 6 F-bombs at least.
like fucking language. You should have been like, effing language.
Watch your fucking language.
Watch your fucking language. Oh, my God. All right.
Sorry to those watching in their living room.
Sorry to those with the children around. Okay, now that's there. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm digging this. This is looking cool. This is a bunch of layered washes, dry brushing that's happened here on the top, but weathering that is absolutely killer. And I still need to go back and paint some, like, the interior, but I'm digging this. Is it looking orky? Is it looking weathered?
Yeah, man. It's looking great.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
So we have a new term for the Crazy Crafter dictionary.
Yes, I love it.
Danny Banter is now Danter.
Danter!
So, my
thank you,
favorite
Cross.
reindeer. Yeah.
Your favorite reindeer.
My favorite of Santa's reindeer.
Oh, so funny. Looks awesome, Crazy Crafter. Oh, thank you guys, Danter. Eyes.
It does look great.
Okay, let's pop on over to the Discord here real quick, ladies and gentlemen, and get the Crazy Crafter share your work in progress so we can do this. Oh yeah, Game Master Vault has posted stuff. Yay! I'm excited.
I was just thinking of looking at your painting, Colin.
Yes.
One thing about sort of the orky aesthetic in 40K that you might want to bring into other things is just having a couple random pots of just other weird colored paints, because there is sort of a cobbled mechanic to everything that's orc. So you will see in a lot of the stuff where they just take like a panel that might be like ultramarine blue, and they'll just put that out and make that blue and then weather it over the top, because as though they've salvaged part of like an ultramarine tank.
Okay.
Right? So you might just keep, as you go that, like you do your batch paint, but then you do like the round of like just random ass color. So this panel will be a random ass color. So all of them feel a little bit different.
A little different.
So they all look like they just, whatever the shit was around for the orcs to cobble the thing together, You know, you get
Okay.
the salamander green, the ultramarine blue, the blood angels red. You just sort of take all of that and put a little bit here and there. That'll really really add to the classic like 40K orc aesthetic.
The orc aesthetic. That's awesome. I'm totally gonna do that. I think the one thing I have the ability to do that, and I've got some really cool washes and colors that they gave me a bunch of those paints for supplies. So
And it really honestly doesn't even matter what color it is.
right.
It could be any color as long as there's a weird splash of color. It's like that doesn't belong there. Oh, they stole that.
Oh, they stole that. Fucking orcs. I love it. It's great. I'm looking forward to seeing
orky
how.
bastard.
You orky bastard. I think it'd be really cool because Danny, they have these little pieces of scatter for cover. That's a really good piece to do all those. I mean, it's good to do it on all of it, but oh yeah, coming up, baller shot collar status. Okay. We're over here on the Discord right now. We're gonna take a look at this awesome work in progress that everyone's working on. Let's scroll up a titch. Oh man, how far back do we go? Look at all this cool stuff everyone's fucking working on.
1 metric titch.
Dude. All this rad terrain.
I'm going to turn my hot glue off so I can pay attention here.
Yeah, definitely turn your hot glue guns off. Certainly don't hold them over yourself. Danny, did I tell you about that?
No.
I'll send you pictures of my 2nd-degree burns.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, another tagline for the channel really could be like, Crazy Crafter, mistakes were made. You know what I mean?
That's
mistakes
no
were made.
joke. Mistakes were made. We'll start.
There's a lot of awesome stuff in the chat today.
There's-
Or in the Discord today, man.
Oh yeah, it's epic. We're gonna take a look at all. We're gonna start and kick it off here with Josh from the Pickle Jars, his latest creation over here from this Rockstar mini he's painted. It's absolutely phenomenal and it's spectacular. Love this. Great work, dude. I love this cyberpunk Rockstar status vibe it's got going on. It's absolutely fucking epic, dude. I love that purple and there's that green, the green pipes that are over there. His shoes remind me of Marty McFly from Back to the Future as well. Kind of like those fancy Nikes. I like it. Well done, my friend. Well done. Lil Gwen's shingling it up. It looks like drawing shingles texture in. That looks great. Love that.
Heck yeah.
Getting that. We approve of shingles over here.
You're giving me shell
yes.
shock, but
In the layers on, I think that you've got Danny's logo over the top of, in terms of layers.
Oh, I do. Look at that. Hold on. Let's fix that.
Danny's Goblin making an appearance.
I'm just taking credit for everybody's work today.
Boom. It's going away. Good spot there, you fancy moderator. Oh, none of the other folks caught it. 10 points to House
I'm not
Michael
paid
today.
enough.
True. As soon as you pay me, I'll talk to you about your quality.
I am
and your
severely
misplacement
underpaid
of
here.
logo. Thank you for that catch. Thank you, brother. We will. As much as we love the Gremlin logo, we're gonna make it disappear right now. Great. These shingles are looking good. Lil Gwen, I love the fact that you're diving into the terrain making. This is an absolutely great build. I love the texture looking down here, kind of on that cobblestone section, and the stonework you have. All the variation of texture you have going on and layering in your pieces is pretty rad, dude. I'm really, really excited to see what else you come up with. Hey, look at this. Speaking of underpaid and glorious people, here's Zane Morgan's link to his latest video, the Witch's Hut. Be sure to go over there, check out this awesome collaboration between Zane and Chicken's Tabletop. It's a really cool build, and there's one of my favorite parts, hashtag spoiler alert, is those Blair Witch pipe things that you cleaned up, which I think that was a suggestion you got from Michael, yeah?
Yep. And Michael actually makes an appearance in the video.
Ooh, yes.
It's a quick, brief cameo.
It's a brief cameo. All right, you guys got to tune in. You got to tune in and watch it. Tune in and watch it.
And it was not
watch it,
authorized, so.
Oh, great. I'm glad you didn't authorize it. Look at this one. Cyberpunk 2077. The bike. This is dope. I love this. What a cool thumbnail here. I love that cyberpunk aesthetic. It's This is going to be a good video to watch. Head on over there and check out Chimera Wargaming's latest video. This is Creating Mike. Oh, some minis from his hobby haul the other day that he's working on. Yeah! These look great, Mike. These look great. Getting those lovely flesh tones down. What a cool mini. That's a great looking mini. I like I like the red facial hair and the mustache. That looks absolutely great, Mike.
As the most ignorant person in the group, where did those minis come from? Where was this haul from?
It was that.
You'll have to watch the video.
Yeah, you have to go and watch the video. I can't remember the name of the store. If he went to his local game store, and he does say what the minis are from. I think they might be.
He's in Canada. I know that.
I think they're either WizKids or the D&D brand, which I think is that the same thing. They might be the same company.
Yeah.
The same company.
Yeah.
Me having dirty fun. Oh, Tina, we love it when you take pictures of your dirty fun and share it with us. I said it.
God.
I
Phrasing.
said it. I said it. You know I said it. This is great.
I didn't like any
already.
I didn't like any part of that.
Say
That made me feel dirty listening to it.
What?
And that's
You guys are. Oh please! I'm the one that sets it over. No way. You guys.
the
What did you
stream
say,
is canceled.
Michael? What did you say?
I said the stream should have an R rating.
It does now. Look at this, Tina. This is some really cool. This is some really cool texture and design. Tina's into the Warhammer Necromunda terrain making process. I love this, Tina. This is really cool. Love how you're just transforming all these bits and pieces of recycled things and trash. Like you're doing it all. It looks really good.
Love that team.
Hashtag love that Tina. Dude. Super rad. She said she's getting LOL. So if we're making Tina laugh, we're doing okay.
I think that is our checking point. If Tina's okay, we're okay.
We're okay. That is our checking point.
It might have been uncomfortable last so.
Do you guys know of a person that makes more videos than Stefano at Chimera Wargaming? Because I don't. Stefano is making videos for days.
Well,
Someone by the name of Crazy Crafter makes a lot of content. I don't know.
That's true. I do. This is.
But he doesn't have to edit.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
I do now. Baby. I'm looking forward to putting that together. It's really cool. I'm excited for that video. I'm excited for everyone to check out that video. It should be fun. Condensing my builds. Who wants to play? Do you not want to play? Look at this brownstone building over here. Look at that thing, Zane. On the right, with the little kind of like cylindrical tower in the middle. Damn
That's
Zane.
the Disney Haunted Mansion.
Is
I
it?
showed that on my original screen.
No wonder it looks so familiar. Dude. Love it. I love that scrap build over here too. The one with the flaming tower.
Look at the Haunted Mansion at the park. I love just being in the line for that. It is so detail rich.
Yep.
Well, fun fact, they built that before they even had an idea of what they were actually going to do. Because originally that ride was going to be a walk-through haunted house.
Oh.
Yep. And then when they were making all the props and stuff, they were building the Disney World attraction, and then they just made 2 of everything and transported everything to Disney World.
Very cool. I love looking at that ride in particular. I talk about that ride every year at Halloween when we talk about like Phantasmagoria and like the old vaudevillian haunts.
Yeah.
Largest Pepper's Ghost in the world. Biggest the biggest sheets of glass ever. Amazing.
It is awesome.
Look at this. Creating Mike mentioned this the other day, you guys. He wants to do some live streaming and is interested in doing some more live streaming. He's talking about this setup. This setup looks great. I like this setup. It looks cool. There's little things. Creating Mike, if you're watching this and if you have questions about the setup stuff, there's little things you can do to help just boost the quality on the look of your stream. I'm by no means the best looking stream out there, but I really like this setup. The cameras that Mike has set up look great. I think that's like number one, and the lighting looks good too. So you're already off to a good start. I'm all for the live streaming. Fucking do it.
I watched his latest video, Colin, and I saw your comment about the zoom on his camera is fantastic.
It's fucking sick, right? I was like, that's why I wanted my freaking Elgato face cam to work, and it does work on my MacBook that can't run the streaming software because it's old.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Yeah, dude, I definitely had camera envy, and also I genuinely was like, oh, he's smoking meats? I want to know what meat he's smoking. He did not smoke brisket like I thought he did. I did have, quick side tangent as well, because we're talking about food and I'm getting hungry, and lunchtime is going to happen here soon at Casa de Bresi. I went over for, we hosted D&D for the first time in a different location last night. Normally I host it. My buddy Aaron hosted last night. We went down to his place, and he bought a new house over a year ago, and it's the first time we've been inside his new house because pandemic. Anyway, he smoked salmon for us last night, and that was absolutely, it was the best piece. It was really good. It was really good. It's the best piece of salmon I've ever had.
I've
had
stated my
pieces.
feelings on seafood, but yay.
Oh, you don't like seafood, dude? I love seafood.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy it was good.
Working on a video for next week. Chickens tabletop. Oh, this is cool. I like this little cottage chickens. This looks great. I can't wait to dive in. Tina, I'm looking at my awesome box of foam that you sent over in the dioramas you sent for Richard. I'm going to get crazy with some of that styrodur. I cannot wait to put my hands all over it. I know that may be weird and creepy, sorry, but I'm excited to work with that. I talked about the foam last night to my D&D group, and I love the fact, like, they're like, okay, they're like, oh yeah, the Belgian foam, you got the sweet Belgian foam. They were making fun of me. I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I'm excited.
Are they really your friends if they don't make fun of you?
That's true, and they do. Oh yes, look at these obelisks from Carl. These are freaking cool, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're looking great.
The amount of time that, like, he clearly put in to get all those hieroglyphs.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
Great work.
Great work.
I mean, I'm not going to mention any names, but there have been a few Egyptian things going around in the crafting YouTube, and Carl's is the best that I've seen so far.
Woohoo! I agree. Like, it's looking killer. It's looking killer, and I love the fact that, you know, it's everything from the army that he's painted up and how to batch paint that and getting better at batch painting to now creating these awesome obelisks with awesome plinths, by the way, which I now know because Carl educated me on what the hell a plinth was. Boom. Tina, almost tabletop ready. Some more Warhammer terrain. Man, look, your local gaming store is super lucky, Tina. I love.
Tina's almost tabletop ready is like my museum quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, I wish I could one day get to Tina's tabletop quality.
Yeah.
I think we all do, man.
That's true. We're just trying to get on the level of one of our favorite crafters.
Basically, we're all lucky that Tina doesn't YouTube, or we'd all be out of a job.
Yeah. Yep.
Not that you as well.
Dude, look at this building, Tina. I love the colors. I love that weathered look. All the weathered look you're getting. Do you use pigments on any of Tina, or is this just all various washes and dry brushes?
Guarantee she used some kind of pigment.
Pigment for it too.
She loves her pigment.
I would love. I don't have any yet. I need to get some. Oh snap!
I'm not mistaken, Tina might use crushed pastels for pigment.
She does recommend that a lot too.
Yeah, I've used those for making pigments, and it's fantastic. It's how I used to rust out all of my old War Machine models. It works great.
What colors would
phenomenal.
you?
I was keeping it pretty simple. I mostly kept my like burnt umbers and things like that. But I did experiment.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
When I was doing, when I was doing some of my Kador stuff, which is a red palette, I started throwing in purples and oranges, and I was creating sort of like shadows and highlights just with the pigments, which was a whole lot of fun. Yeah. But nobody plays that game around here. So I don't build those anymore.
Build for yourself, Danny.
My Egypt reference.
Huh?
Campaign terrain picked up on my Egypt reference.
Oh, and Tina said my tubes. Yep, those are the tubes that I created for the sewer build.
I'm
So
not dissing on anything, Cross. I just think that Carl's is really bloody good.
I definitely love all of the bits and bobs that you used here, Tina. Look at this like little generator that you've created here, the texture and like all the the grime on this piece. Look at this bullet hole up here. Look at this. Fudge. Tina.
That's actually a real bullet hole.
I'm sure she shot it. I believe it. Don't fuck around with Tina. She'll shoot it. You need some holes in your terrain, bring it to Tina. Killer. Absolutely killer, Tina. Love all this work. Oh, a little bit of cover. Scatter terrain cover over here with some barbed wire. Oh, yeah. Tina! Gosh! Oh, my God. It's just massive. I love it. We're going to have some fun. We're going to get Eric from Eric's Hobby Workshop on here eventually soon, too. And I'm excited. We'll do some more. We will definitely be building some Warhammer terrain. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll see. We'll see when we can get him on here pretty soon. Who knows? Maybe that happens sooner rather than later. But he was talking about coming on the stream, and I've been watching a lot of Tyrannosaur, going back Wylock, going down the Wylock rabbit hole with all of his Warhammer terrain in preparation just to like get a better idea of this massive paint job and assembly that I have to do. And it's been cool watching everyone's Warhammer videos. While the game doesn't excite me as much necessarily, but maybe that's, again, I just haven't played it yet. But the terrain building aspect of it, I'm in love with all of it. I like that post-apocalyptic feel. Carl. Yep, I agree. Carl's killing me here. We all have that same reaction. Ooh, Game Master Vault. Here we go. Up into the mix. Yes. Look at this cage. Holy shit. That looks awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at these torches and all the scatter. It's like beads. We're doing beads here. Assembly. It looks like beads in the little wooden spools you can get at the craft store. That's what this looks like here to me. Love these. It's like little, I think of them like, you know how they have the gas lamps or the gas heaters at restaurants when you're outside in the wintertime or when it's cold? That's what these remind me of. They're the medieval equivalent of that. These look great. These are great Game Masters Vault. Love them. GMV. The GMV's in the house. That's what we're doing. If you don't have, if the GMV is not a name, then it is now. GMV is in the house. All right.
Heck yeah.
Look at this. Oh, look at this rolling spiky thing. Ha 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 ha. The saw blades, the weapons rack. Oh, yeah. Kind of the hair curler cage action. Some stonework and statues, some plant life. GMV. I'm digging it. I like this big world. I know we're going to be heading to the Scalarium, which is the big, area where magic is studied. I think we're headed there in our game next, so I got to build some interior scatter terrain, and I want to do something planetarium like this, GMV. So this is a great inspiration for me. The patented rock out.
Biscuit is not happy, just saying.
Uh-oh. Is
I just hear
mewing?
Biscuit in the background.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, he wants to go outside, but it's dark here now.
Biscuit, you can't go outside.
We've got foxes. He gets his ass kicked on a regular basis.
Oh, Biscuit. This is great. Love these builds. Oh, yes, I know that that bocage setup. Looks very similar to an awesome content creator that we have hanging out here with us all the time, Cross? Looking like some really cool, easy foliage and scatter over there.
Love it.
Love it. Look at this. Look at this bone bridge. Fuck yes. Oh, so cool.
I just love listening to Colin getting excited about things.
I mean, it's cool. I like getting you know, I love it when folks come into the Discord and they start posting and sharing their work. It truly is like just scrolling through. It's my favorite go-to place now for looking at builds and getting inspiration ideas. Love this marketplace. Look at the vibrance of this. Look at the little bags of spice over here. So cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. Absolutely killer.
I like the colors.
I do too. I was just thinking the same thing of all the different awnings and fabric. Look at this meat market. Love it. Potions. So cool. So cool. I do love me some bocage, Cross says. Yeah, you do. I do too. It's some of my favorite things, Cross. I don't know if I told you this, but all the players that I play with in my campaign, out of all the stuff when we started meeting in person again, and they were looking at catching up on all the things I've been building since quarantine, I got to the bocage scatter we built when you came on the stream, and they're like, that's what they like. They fell in love with. They loved that. I was like, yep, it's pretty dope, right? So I got to build more. Always need a sweet tooth. We need a bakery as well. Look at those little cakes. How are you making those cakes? I want to know how you make those cakes. Sweet tooth.
Sweet.
So much color. So much color in your arsenal. Look at that tree.
So is this is Master Crafter or what's
Game
the
Master
name?
Vault. GMV from now on. Great Game Master Vault.
Is this his first time joining
I think
us?
so.
Yes.
I believe so.
Well met. Very well met.
Indeed.
Congratulations and welcome.
Look at the airship. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Love this. Is that literally an old copper pot? Or an old copper? It looks like it. It looks like an old copper, converted copper cookware, but I think it's just the dope paint job on it. Love the little airship wheels. This is great. GMV, you're gonna have to post more pictures of your airship, please. I want to see more pictures of that airship too.
Very, very cool.
A little initiative tracker. Oh, that's great. That's super clever. It's just the clothespins and color. I love it. Yes. Look at all this texture. Look at the colors on these tiles. Sonder would be excited to see this. Then you send Sonder down the rabbit hole again, and he'll never build. When Sonder sees this, he's gonna get all excited. He's gonna go back and redo his tiles now.
One does not simply stop building tiles.
Look at this. Is this Underdark? Is this Underdark, you think, guys? The next one here on the list? I don't know either. Styrofoam bowl for that. That looks great. That is the Garden of Death, GMV is saying. Awesome. G walking in all guns blazing, says Logwin. Fuck yeah, you do. That's what you do. This is great. Love these colors. So cool. Look at this. Ah! Some little sheep scatter for your farmland. That basing there on the ground for the greenery terrain looks absolutely phenomenal. Some oinkies, some oinky oinks, some piggies. And some moo cows. So I grew up in the Inland Empire. Grew up in Ontario, California, next to Chino Hills, where there's a lot of dairy farms out there. And whenever I would go visit my uncle, who had my aunt and uncle had a little bit of land, and they had a little ranch, and they raised animals and had horses and stuff. And I would go down there and I'd work, and then we'd be going around getting feed, traveling to these kind of dairy rural parts of the area. And I'd always complain about the cows and the smell of the cows. And my uncle used to turn to me and say, "My dear nephew, that is the smell of money." And that always used to make me smile.
My grandparents lived in mushroom farm area, and that has a very specific smell.
Yep. GMV, hot on, like, coming in hot on the stream. Love these crystals. Well done.
Yes.
Dude. Yeah, another initiative tracker, kind of a little behind the scenes setup of a little setup for running the game. Killer. Well done, GMV. Well done.
Great work.
Boats. Ah. Yes. How did you find this, GMV? Where did you hail from? How did you find the Crazy Crafter? How did you find this channel and this stream? I'm glad you found your way. I don't care how. I'm just curious, and I'm glad you're here. Absolutely phenomenal. All that deck work and the woodwork on the deck there of the ship looks absolutely great. Pig smell clears the sinuses. It clears something all right. Pig smell is much, much worse. That's true. Dude, look at this airship. I asked, and I got. Ha ha! Look at this little power engine right here. Was this magic? Love the flag. Well done. Big old styrofoam ball. Ah. Verndar. Verndari? Verndari? Verndari has a name. Of course it has a name. And it has its special sign to go with it. I clicked the wrong one. It's supposed to be my rock out fingers. Okay. Yes. Well, I'm definitely going to be coming back and checking out all of this awesome work that GMV is putting in here. Look at this. You have stuff for days. Thought I'd share some sexy for you guys. Ha ha! We love some sexy. You're thank you for sharing the sexy. We always love the sexy, Josh. Another vault here. This looks like kind of a map setup here that GMV's got set up for a dungeon crawl. More stuff from Pickle. We've seen it earlier. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a little bit further back. GMV with some dock tiles coming in. Oh yeah. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Look at these. Yes! Those are great. Love those minis. Creating Mike's got his mini looking like pretty close to getting painted. I feel like this mini should be, you should like sculpt Crocs and make Crocs for this mini. Creating Mike. That's what I.
The shoes?
Yeah, the shoes.
I initially thought you said cross.
No.
I'd love to see a sculpt of cross.
No, I was Crocs, the shoes. Lo Gwen having a love-hate, mainly hate relationship with his 3D printer right now.
Aw. Well, if you have any questions, buddy, I'm here to help you.
Hook it up. Couldn't be mad at my printer, but to be honest, it's also kind of funny. Martin, so this weird thing I'm sculpting at the moment was inspired by an indie skirmish game called Wield. Oh, I love this sculpt. I love all the sculpting, Martin.
I told him I wanted him to make me one. He turned me down. So I'm mad at you, Martin.
Hey guys, do you remember when I said I was going to sculpt the Kenku for this project that I'm doing?
Yeah, how did that go for you?
I printed the fucking Kenku. I was like, nope. We are going to be printing these.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, Colin. I kind of slightly thought that might happen.
I mean,
yeah, I
everyone
absolutely knew that was going to happen.
Everyone knew that was going to happen. I just got excited. It was one of the things when they were like, who wants to do what? And I was like, I'm going to sculpt Kenku. And I really wanted to sculpt them. I really did. I really did. And then I was
what
just
you
like,
want to do is not necessarily what you're going to do.
That's true. Amen. Amen to that. Wayward Knight. I believe this is a new person to the stream. Wayward Knight, welcome. Thank you for posting in the Discord and sharing. Hope you're enjoying the stream and hanging out with us. Yes! Love this little bit of tree scatter. This looks fantastic. Is this pipe cleaner? Is this a pipe cleaner tree, Zane? It looks like a little bit of the texture of pipe cleaner. I cannot tell.
I can't tell.
It looks good.
It's
Wayward Knight, you're going to have to tell us.
Flock.
You have to tell us.
Usually with those kinds of trees, they're not pipe cleaner. They're usually dowels.
Nice.
But I could be wrong.
Some more work from Lil Gwyn coming in. This looks like some terrain that maybe some printed terrain or already molded terrain that you painted up. That looks fantastic. Dug that. How come it's not my favorite? How do I favorite there's got to be a way I favorite this to have that like be the thing that I want to click on, because I click on that. That's like the thing I use.
It's Steve. It's Ground Floor Miniatures. That's who Wayward Knight is.
Oh, perfect. Awesome, Steve. Ground Floor Miniatures. It's me! No, I bought it. Hey, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Pre-made tree. I've got a bunch of those. I need to make a ton of tree scattered terrain still. I've got some good ideas after this Feywild build on how to do that now. I bought it from Michael's. Nice. Apparently they just had a giant sale, right, Zane? On all their...
Currently, yes.
Currently? Don't tell my wife.
Their
I'm going.
their summer foliage stuff is on sale right now.
Summer foliage on sale. To Michael's! And then
and their Halloween stuff is coming out too. So that's cool.
Yeah, Halloween, baby, Halloween time. Tina working on getting more. Is this another diet? What is this for? This looks cool. Love the stonework. Look at the stairs. Ah!
She says little, and then it's literally big.
Yeah.
So
it's a little thing. It's a little project for her. Jeez. This looks good, Lil Gwen. I like this mini here too. Look at that. That looks awesome. That little mech suit. Don't fuck with that thing. It'll mess you up. Bravo, everyone. Bravissimo on all of your work today. Oh, hold on real quick. I can't go off the stream without bringing my footage back here. Hold on. I'm going to transition back here. You can look at this fantastic image. BRB, I got to turn my camera back on, and we'll say some goodbyes.
Fantastic image. I love
camera.
Colin's shirt, though.
There we go. That's back on.
And Danny, I want that ship. You can send it to me.
We're here. Oh, look at that boat. Look at that boat, bro.
That is a ship, sir.
That's a ship. It's a ship and a half. Cool. Well, this has been a terrible time. I'm never doing it again. I hate it. Shutting it all down. Never again. Absolutely not.
You heard it, folks.
You heard it, folks. We're done. Really well done to everyone with all your work in progress out there. Keep those photos coming and sharing in the stream. And you know what? This is gonna happen again. Danny, you got to come back on. Are you muted? You're muted, bro.
I think he's muted.
That means you've missed so many of my snarky comments. I'm muted because I was sanding. I've said so many snarky things.
You know what? That's what happens.
Ignoring you.
Yeah. I thought he was just like, oh, I'm out of here. I gotta go.
No, I needed to sand a thing, and it was kind of loud, and I was like, oh, I don't want to, like, Colin's talking. I don't want to be like...
I appreciate, I heart you. I'm not that considerate from all my viewers. I'll just, like, airbrush and hair dryer. Like, you're way more considerate than I. All that means, Danny, is that you're just out of practice. We got to get you on here a little bit more regularly. That's all. That's all that means.
Yeah. I just feel like snark is my art form, and I feel like I wasted so much of it just now.
You didn't waste it. Nothing's wasted. Nothing's wasted here in the Crazy Crafter stream. Lil Gwen is saying, awesome stream. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed it. Well, we enjoyed hanging out with you all today. And as always, I greatly enjoyed hanging out with you fine gents here on the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, Zane, Michael, and Danny. And thank you all out there in the Foam family for hanging out with us today. Tune in this next week, just to give you guys a heads up. It's the first week, full week back for me teaching. I've got to figure out the new weekday stream schedule, and I'm going to do that. But this week, I'm not going to stream during the week. Maybe. I might do it. It just depends kind of on the schedule. If I do, it's looking like I might be doing this like Tuesday, Thursdays now, because my Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are a little crazy now with my work schedule. So I'll keep you posted, and if I can go live, I'm gonna try to do it on Thursday if I can. But we'll see we'll see where my head's at, if it's still attached to my shoulders and I haven't lost it completely, or it's exploded from the first week of being back in person teaching. But I'm looking forward to it. Regardless, we will be streaming next Saturday. The guest is debatable. I'm waiting on someone to tell me if they're coming on the stream. Hashtag, you know who you are. Tell me, message me. I'm gonna message you back right now. That being said, if that person falls through, we've got someone else lined up. So we'll see what happens.
Oh.
Either way, some awesome guests. Who knows? Maybe it has something to do with the recent collaboration that's being released on Thursday. Oh, what am I doing? I'm streaming on Thursday. I've got a premiere on Thursday. I've got a premiere. Holy shit. I've got to be there for that. Maybe I stream after the premiere. That's what I should do.
Stream during your premiere.
Stream during the premiere?
You can open up more than one window.
I mean, are you sure? What witchery is this you talk about? Thursdays are great for Laura. Well, there you go. It looks like I can guarantee you probably Tuesdays, Thursdays are the days I might be doing it. Who knows? If I get over 1,000 subs, that means I can stream from anywheres. And I might just bring my phone with me and start setting it up, see how I can do a super portable. I can actually stream from my GoPro is what I can stream from, which is pretty dope. That's a pretty good setup.
Tell your friends, let's get into 1,000.
Get into 1,000 subs, and I'll stream on the go in between classes from one university to the next. I would love to paint. I'd love to paint and hobby. They'd be like, "What is that professor doing over there?" Nothing, just painting and hobbying. No big deal. Did I secretly ask my low-key Chapman University to hook it up because I'm teaching a film fighting class? Did I ask for all these cool camera setup just so I could hook it up and potentially use it on my stream? No. Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. It's weird. I wouldn't do that.
You did it.
I did. All right. Thank you all so much. I like the premiere countdown music. I like the premiere countdown music too. I like the fact that I have a premiere this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in and hanging out with us today on the Crazy Crafter live stream. If you are and have not done so yet, please be sure to head on over to Michael Patterson and Nat One Videos, to Zane Morgan, both on YouTube and Instagram. Subscribe to their channels. Follow them on Instagram. Considering supporting their channels, Michael's got a great Patreon program set up for some behind-the-scenes content. And who knows, maybe there's something in the works over at Zane Morgan Crafts for such things as well. All right.
Can we still buy Crazy Crafter coffee?
Yeah, you can also buy me coffee, right? I love me some coffee. Oh, and by the way, we have been proudly sponsored, and we were sponsored by our dear friend Derek Ludwig, Cantrip Coffee Roasters. This, I think, is the final weekend to purchase some stuff from Cantrip. They're going to be closing down shop for a little bit. If you have not done so, head on over. You can use Crazy Crafter, the Crazy Crafter discount code, to get your discount one last time for some delicious coffee. But be sure to head over there this weekend to do that if you have not done so and you're here in the U.S. All right. Till the next time. Till next week when I'll see you for a premiere for this awesome collab. Stay tuned for all those videos. Support those this week. Be well, everyone out there, and be sure to craft your passion daily. We'll see you coming up soon. Cheers, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.